Chapter 840'll wait for you on the 11th step, please subscribe. My current mental will is too strong. Even the strongest beings can sense it with just a slight perception, thought Lin Yuan as he sat cross-legged on the Milky Way main star. This was one of the drawbacks of a rapidly improving mental will. His realm had yet to catch up. However, once I step into the 11th rank, things should get much better. Lin Yuan thought quietly to himself. After stepping into the 11th rank, Lin Yuan's physical soul Bodhi's inner world would undergo another significant leap forward. At that time, it's estimated that he could barely withstand the pressure of over 33 million units of mental will. Unless Lin Yuan made a full effort and deliberately exposed himself, it would be tough for even the strongest beings to detect any anomalies in his mental will. Virtual world. Lin Yuan met with his parents, casually chatting. Xiaoyuan, your sister and brother-in-law, also came over. Lu Qiong, his mother, received the news and looked at Lin Yuan. Let them come over. Lin Yuan nodded. Ever since his sister Lin Yi married Xia Karen, he seldom saw them. Soon, Lin Yi and Xia Karen appeared. Greetings, Galaxy Master. Facing Lin Yuan, Xia Karen was still extremely respectful. Since marrying Lin Yi, Xia Karen had clearly felt his status within the Xia family rise more than just a notch. Originally, Xia Karen was just an ordinary direct descendant of the Xia family. With the scale of human the Xia family, there were at least hundreds of thousands, if not a million such direct descendants. They had a certain status and no worries about food and drink, but that was all. With the identity of a direct descendant of the Xia family, Xia Karen could lead a carefree life, but the possibility of reaching a high position was virtually non-existent. Who knew how many were in line ahead of him? But merely by being with Lin Yi, Xia Karen received a summons from that 11th rank old ancestor of the Xia family. After the two married, Xia Karen was directly admitted into the core of the Xia family and even had the hope of becoming the next head of the Xia family. The head of the Xia family was a significant figure in human civilization, of great importance. This was a position Xia Karen did not even dare to dream of before. However, Xia Karen had a very clear understanding of himself. All of his current changes in status and identity originated from the Galaxy Master. Without the Galaxy Master, Xia Karen would have been just one of the numerous, insignificant direct descendants of the vast human the Xia family. Lin Yuan nodded slightly, quite satisfied with Xia Karen. At the very least, the man was truly sincere towards Lin Yi. With Lin Yuan's current privileges as a level 9 citizen, Xia Karen had almost no privacy in front of him. The family chatted for a while. Then Lin Yuan stood up and left. The outside world says that the Galaxy Master has the highest talent in our human civilization. But who knows that apart from cultivation, the Galaxy Master has no other interests. It was not until Lin Yuan left that Xia Karen finally relaxed a bit. He didn't know why, but every time he saw the Galaxy Master, he was incredibly nervous, not even daring to breathe too loudly. Time passed. In the blink of an eye, 3 months had gone by. Virtual world, that segment of the body still hovered above the sky. Lin Yuan slowly emerged from the state of contemplation. These 3 months, I have thoroughly understood over 2 million demonic evolutionary pathways, and there are no more for me to deduce. Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. The body he was contemplating at the moment was just a projection after all, naturally not containing as much information as the actual body itself. Well, I should make a trip to the 13th Forbidden Zone. On the Milky Way main star, Lin Yuan opened his eyes and split off a strand of mental will, forming an avatar that immediately disappeared on the spot. With Lin Yuan's current mental will strength, even a temporarily conjured avatar could easily wield 11th rank battle power. This is the advantage of strong mental will. An avatar of the strongest being can also exert battle power far above the 11th rank. Whoosh! The avatar Lin Yuan conjured up left the Milky Way star region in the blink of an eye. Space-time. The strong mental will meant that this avatar could utilize most of Lin Yuan's rule perception, including the 6th realm of space-time. Therefore, when it came to traveling, it was undoubtedly the fastest existence beneath the strongest beings in current human civilization. Of course, this fastest is based on the premise that other human civilization evolvers do not rely on external forces for travel. Relying solely on his own power and rule perception, Lin Yuan believed that no 11th level perfected evolver could exceed this avatar of his. 1 month later, Lin Yuan smoothly arrived at the 13th Forbidden Zone. As a critical location of human civilization, any citizen entering this place would need to undergo strict checks. Lin Yuan, with the authority delegated by the powerful Xia Qin, naturally encountered no obstructions along the way and directly reached the depths of the Forbidden Zone. This Forbidden Zone is also a terrifying ultimate weapon. Lin Yuan surveyed his surroundings, sensing a faint pressure. Very soon, Lin Yuan arrived in front of a grand hall. After passing the identity soul determination, Lin Yuan smoothly entered the hall. From the outside, the hall didn't appear very large, only a few dozen miles in radius. But once Lin Yuan entered, he found himself in a vast world. That is, at first glance, Lin Yuan saw a body placed at the center of this world. Compared to the projection in the virtual world, this body was even more realistic and detailed, with even the textures clearly visible. At the same time, a surging, ocean-like spiritual will came crashing down on Lin Yuan like a deluge. Lin Yuan's expression remained unchanged. This spiritual will was far more powerful than the projection inside the virtual world, strong enough to destroy the will of a level 11 evolver in a short time. Even a level 11 perfected evolver wouldn't last long in front of this body, and might even incur some irreversible damage afterwards. But Lin Yuan? It was no more than a spring breeze on his face. With 334 million points of spiritual will index, not to mention just a body, even if this ultimate being were to come back to life, Lin Yuan was confident he could withstand it without using any other powers, as long as they didn't use any other powers. The body of an ultimate being? Lin Yuan approached within 10 meters, the best distance for observing the body. Inside the virtual world, Lin Yuan could only see vague parts of the projection, but now, he could clearly see every detail within the flesh and blood of this body. The skin of this body was crystal clear, with a faint layer of black membrane on the surface. Lin Yuan observed deeper, magnifying the flesh and blood by 1,000,000 times, only to find that the body was like a vast universe, each cell a vast star domain, with countless rules and essences flowing through the flesh like black demonic jade. Are these traces of cultivating the demonic jade immortal body? Lin Yuan was shocked. After becoming a core disciple of the Magic Jade Tower, Lin Yuan could choose one secret technique from many, including the demonic jade immortal body. However, in the end, Lin Yuan chose illusionary reality, allowing his 2 primordial spirits to be no longer ineffective and possess strength close to his true body. Lin Yuan made this choice not because the demonic jade immortal body wasn't strong, but because he needed the secret technique, phantasm reality, even more at that time. The cultivator of the demonic jade immortal body has fallen? Lin Yuan thought to himself that as a 12th level body refining secret technique, the demonic jade immortal body was probably at the same level as the body of Shen Huang, known for its life-preserving capability. Even so, this ultimate being still perished. Even after perishing, the demonic jade immortal body within the flesh was broken through. Otherwise, those few ultimate beings in the universe wouldn't have been able to dismember this ultimate being so easily. Perfecting the body of Shen Huang to the 12th level, one could withstand the collapse of the universe. The demonic jade immortal body was estimated to be almost at the same level. Even if the demonic jade immortal body wasn't perfected, it shouldn't be easy for a few ultimate beings to tear apart the flesh so effortlessly. Chaos void. Lin Yuan's expression became grave. Within the universe, ultimate beings were absolutely invincible, and since the beginning of the universe, no ultimate being had been known to completely perish. Even in the most brutal wars, they would at most be badly injured. But outside the universe, in the chaos void, ultimate beings could die. Probably only beings as powerful as the Shen Huang or the Moyu Tower Master could traverse the chaos void with impunity. Contemplate, Sir the novel_fire. At website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Lin Yuan gathered his thoughts, and as he faced this body directly, Insights that were once stagnant flooded into his mind again. Your understanding defies the heavens. By observing the mysterious body, new demonic evolution pathways have been comprehended. As Lin Yuan continued to contemplate, a large number of new demonic evolution pathways were revealed. Can I try directly comprehending the demonic jade immortal body? In the midst of contemplation, the idea suddenly flashed through Lin Yuan's mind. Having the demonic jade immortal body placed alongside illusionary reality, its level of preciousness need not be stated. Since there were traces of demonic jade immortal body cultivation left in this body, with Lin Yuan's against heaven's understanding, it was entirely possible to comprehend a part of it. Even if he couldn't comprehend the complete demonic jade immortal body, just comprehending a part of it would be immensely profitable. Virtual world. Lin Yuan casually chatted with evolvers like the Black Star Lord, Lustrous Star Master, and others. Preceding his breakthrough to the 11th level, Lin Yuan primarily focused on adjusting his state, with cultivation being secondary. How is your cultivation going recently, Galaxy Master? The Black Star Lord asked Lin Yuan with a smile. As a grade A 10th rank, the Black Star Lord had taken the initiative to establish a good rapport with Lin Yuan before he stepped into the 10th rank, showing great regard for the Galaxy Master. Not bad, Lin Yuan responded. Black Star Lord has already comprehended the second realm of pillar-level fusion rules and is probably soon to challenge for level 11. Interjected the Lustrous Star Master, who couldn't help but speak. After comprehending the second realm of pillar-level fusion rules, one could challenge for level 11 in as little as 10 years or at most a few hundred years. Congratulations! Upon hearing this, Lin Yuan immediately offered his congratulations. For any 10th rank evolver, advancing to level 11 was the most significant achievement without exception. After all, becoming a 12th rank ultimate being, for almost all 11th rank evolvers, was an unattainable ultimate goal. Ha ha ha! The Black Star Lord's face lit up with a smile. Looking at Lin Yuan, he said, Galaxy Master, with your talent, it's only a matter of time before you step into level 11. It'll just break through ahead and wait for you at level 11. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 841 Fully Understand. Subscription request. Black Star Lord was emanating a vibrant vigor. As a level 10 of Tier A, who wouldn't long to comprehend pillar-level fusion rules of the second realm? Then step into level 11. From then on, standing at the peak of the cosmic starry skies, above countless lives and just beneath the mightiest. Although it's said that there are differences among level 11, from 1st tier to 6th tier, the gap is very significant. But at least they are at the same realm. Lustrous Star Master sat beside, her face showing envy. Hundreds of years ago, when Nalan had advanced further, she had discussed with Black Star Lord about when she could also step into that realm. Yet in the blink of an eye, Black Star Lord had taken that step ahead, which left a bitter taste in Lustrous Star Master's heart. For a level 10 of Tier A to realize the pillar-level fusion rules of the second realm, it requires the right time, place, and people. Nalan and Black Star Lord are undoubtedly lucky. It's just unknown if she, the Lustrous Star Master, could also be fortunate. Level 11. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. If nothing unexpected happens, his step into level 11 would also be in the near future. For any being, stepping into level 11 is a major transformation, second only to striving for the ultimate. For Lin Yuan, who can endure the infusion of the chaotic origin, it is immensely more significant than the transition from level 9 to level 10. The worlds inside his physical and soul body have become many times stronger. The chaos void origin he can withstand is naturally even more terrifying. Whether enduring infusion from the cosmic origin source or the chaos void origin, both represent unprecedented great opportunities. The group continued to discuss for a while, and Black Star Lord even advised Lin Yuan not to be anxious, just to proceed steadily. Compared to other level 10 of Tier A, Lin Yuan is still young and has plenty of time to try. Most level 10 of Tier A face the limit of their lifespan and tend to be anxious. And the more anxious they are, the less likely they are to break through. Rumor has it, Our human civilization plans to open a new battlefield of different races. The topic shifted away from level 11, and Lustrous Star Master seemed to recall something and spoke up. CTH novel, F. Ire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. I've also heard about it. The new battlefield being developed is said to surpass any of the previous ones, including those over 100 large-scale battlefields of different races. Black Star-Lord immediately spoke up. He also received related insider information. The development of battlefields touches too many aspects. It's hard to keep a secret. And this time, the human civilization, in joint effort with other Peak Clan forces, plans to develop a battlefield. It's impossible not to have any whispers coming out. New battlefield? Lin Yuan listened on the side, his expression somewhat solemn. He was also aware of this matter and even knew more details than Black Star Lord and Lustrous Star Master. It was Xia Qin, a most powerful being, who mentioned it to him casually in a chat. The new battlefield developed by human civilization, to be precise, opened in collaboration with other Peak Clan forces, is a super large-scale battlefield of different races. Whether in terms of direct size of the battlefield or the stability of the spatial suppression, it surpasses any large-scale battlefield of different races. One reason to develop a super large-scale battlefield of different races is something various Peak Clan forces have long intended to do. As time passes, more than 100 large battlefields have gradually become unable to sustain the skirmish among various peak-level beings. After all, many powerful beings in the main universe, from the starry sky races, possess the doppelganger skill. This results in it being very difficult for them to die completely, especially level 11 beings, who can decelerate their own time flow, not only making it difficult to perish but even to just die naturally. If high-tier beings do not perish, the lower-tier beings will gradually evolve into high-tier beings. This is the main reason for the development of a super large-scale battlefield. In fact, according to the exploration and understanding of past cosmic eras by human civilization, even without the doppelganger skill, as time passes, the universe's powerful beings are generally increasing. Until the end of a cosmic era, that's when the universe is at its most prosperous peak. But right after prosperity comes destruction. With the end of the cosmic era, the universe collapses, and even level 12 supreme beings need to die at least half or even most to escape. And how many beings below the supreme beings can survive depends on the tiers of the supreme beings. Beings below level 12, if they want to survive the destruction of the universe, must transfer their life imprints from the cosmic timeline to the timeline of the universe inside the body of a supreme being. However, the number of life imprints that the universe inside a supreme being can sustain is limited. This means that 99.9% of beings below level 12 will perish with the destruction of the universe. The secondary reason for developing large-scale battlefields was due to the recent successive destruction of 2 large-scale battlefields. A polar aurora outside the universe destroyed one large-scale battlefield, and white paper downgraded another large-scale battlefield. The disappearance of 2 consecutive large-scale battlefields hastened human civilization and many Peak Clan forces to formally proceed to the implementation stage of developing a super large-scale battlefield. Even without the collapse of these 2 large-scale battlefields, developing a super large-scale battlefield was just a matter of time, only delayed by a few 100,000 or 1,000,000 years. The new battlefield developed this time will have a very high limit, capable of accommodating level 11 perfect beings wielding supreme weapons to fight freely, Black Star Lord said gravely. In past large-scale battlefields of different races, level 11 beings rarely took action, mainly level 10 beings fought. A powerful level 10 of Tier A was sufficient to affect the outcome of a local battle zone. Only when the intensity of the war escalates to a very high level will a large number of level 11 beings, up to level 11 perfect beings, take action. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 842 Fully Understand. Subscription request. _2 Sarch * the novel Ire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Before the white paper descended, the large battlefield of different races where Lin Yuan's Taiyang divine spirit was already brewing a highly intense battle, with an assembly of level 11 powerhouses. Even the strongest warriors of the Star Alliance, to ensure victory, mobilized the 4 divine kings fused with the most powerful weapons, hoping to use them as the final trump card to settle the outcome. Such situations were extremely rare, not necessarily occurring even once in 1,000,000 or 10,000,000 years. But if a superdimensional battlefield is successfully established, clashes among level 11 powerhouses would become the norm, and the suppressive forces would become those holding the most powerful weapons at level 11 perfect. Even ultimate existences will intervene. However, it doesn't have much to do with us. The lustrous Star Master expressed this with ease, as if saying that while a large battlefield belongs to level 10 powerhouses, a superdimensional battlefield is the stage for level 11 powerhouses. And as a level 10, the lustrous Star Master would most likely still be stationed on a large battlefield. I have a premonition that at the start of this new battlefield, an extremely brutal war will inevitably break out. The Black Star Lord spoke solemnly. Whether it's a small, medium, or large battlefield, at their inception, the intensity of war tends to be terrifyingly high. Many peak race forces are all striving to secure the dominion over the battlefield. The superdimensional battlefield is no exception, and compared to past large battlefields, the brutality of war in a superdimensional battlefield is estimated to reach a horrifying level. Source: Web novel. Com. Updated on Omicron New Omicron. After finishing the casual conversation with the Black Star Lord and other Class A Level 10 warriors, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged in the Star Lord's Great Hall. Superdimensional battlefield of different races. Lin Yuan's gaze was deep. The establishment of a superdimensional battlefield had an extremely profound impact, as many peak race forces, including human civilization, would go all out, which is very likely to spark clashes between the strongest warriors. It's about time for a breakthrough to level 11. Lin Yuan felt that all aspects had reached an optimal state, contemplating quietly in his heart. At this moment, a slight movement stirred in Lin Yuan's heart. His gaze looked distantly in the direction of the 13th most important location of human civilization. Who would have thought that I would become a Demon Jade Tower member before the breakthrough to level 11? Lin Yuan was slightly surprised inside. The conditions to be a Demon Jade Tower member are to thoroughly understand all demonic evolution paths, and the life level is capped below level 12. Originally, Lin Yuan planned to advance to level 11 first and then go all out to strike for the status of a Demon Jade Tower member. After all, moving from a core member to a listed member is not like storming through levels, where the more potential demonstrated, the richer the reward. One just needs to meet the predetermined conditions. But now, this goal seems to have been accomplished prior to the breakthrough to level 11. The 13th most important location of human civilization. Inside a grand hall at its depth, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. In the depths of his soul memory, various demonic evolution pathways seemed to reach a certain qualitative change, beginning to converge into that Demon Jade Tower core member mark. Buzzing sounds emanated. The magic Jade mark was rapidly transforming. So, the number of all demonic evolution pathways is 33,333,333? At this moment, Lin Yuan finally knew the specific quantity of demonic evolution pathways contained within his body. When he first observed that body in the virtual world, Lin Yuan only felt that the evolutionary paths contained within its flesh were as vast as a sea of smoke. But now, this vast sea of smoke finally had a definite upper limit. With a mental will capable of easily resisting the spiritual pressure within the body, Lin Yuan's understanding of demonic evolution pathways was as fast as 1,000 li per day would not be an overstatement. In just a few months, he had far surpassed the results of hundreds of years of contemplation. The demonic Jade immortal body. I have also successfully comprehended the first tier chapter and second layer chapter. As for the 12th tier chapter, Lin Yuan shook his head slightly. After all, this body was ultimately incomplete, and since the demonic Jade immortal body had already been deciphered, the traces left by the 12th tier chapter were completely just scraps. With Lin Yuan's against heaven's understanding, even scraps could allow him to comprehend the whole picture. However, level 12 was ultimately too far beyond Lin Yuan's current realm, and even if he could comprehend the demonic Jade immortal body of level 12, it would take a lot of time. The first tier chapter and second layer chapter are enough for me. Lin Yuan thought to himself, currently unaware of when he will attempt the breakthrough. The demonic jade immortal body of the second layer chapter is already sufficient for a long time to come. The demonic jade immortal body of the first tier level still brings a significant enhancement to my physical body. Lin Yuan, in the moment of comprehending the demonic jade immortal body up to the 10th layer chapter and 11th layer chapter, is equivalent to having cultivated it to perfection, save for the fact that his physical strengthening has yet to catch up. In truth, after Lin Yuan cultivated the Shenhuang physique to the 10th layer perfect level, nearly all other body refining methods held little benefit for him. After all, the Shenhuang physique could already be termed perfect at the 10th layer level. The areas that could be tempered and elevated had been virtually all tempered and elevated. Other body refining methods simply couldn't perform better, and even if they were cultivated to the realm of perfection, they would be overshadowed by the Shenhuang physique, with a negligible effect on the enhancement of the physical body. But what about the demonic jade immortal body? This method of body refinement was entirely distinct from the Shenhuang physique, if it could also reach the level of perfection. Lin Yuan believed his physical body would be able to advance even further. As Lin Yuan contemplated, deep within his soul, that magic jade mark finally completed its transformation. At the same time, a deep and hoarse male voice echoed in Lin Yuan's mind. Upon fully comprehending all demonic evolutionary pathways, automatically become a Demon Jade Tower member. Demon and Tower Sequence member? A smile emerged on Lin Yuan's face. Hadn't he sent an incarnation here specifically to comprehend, just for this moment? This magic jade mark. Lin Yuan immediately sensed the changes in the magic jade mark. It became more profound, more mysterious. I vaguely feel through this magic jade mark the specific spatial coordinates of that demon jade space? Lin Yuan thought to himself. As an ordinary member and core member of the magic jade tower, Lin Yuan could only descend into the demon jade space using the magic jade mark. As for more, he was not sure. But now, he could sense the specific coordinates of the demon jade space. It was known that the demon jade space, opened by the Moyu Tower Master, could only be entered by members of the Demon Jade Tower. The outside world has no knowledge of its location. Even the members of the Demon Jade Tower are unclear about the position of the Demon Jade space. Is this the privilege of being a sequence member? Lin Yuan had an idea in his mind. If the core members of the Magic Jade Tower are the elite, then the sequence members are the pillars, the foundation. Above the sequence members lies the direct disciples of the Moyu Tower Master, those who are cultivated as future Tower Masters and Supreme Beings. The privileges of Demon Jade Tower members are substantial. They can even take over some of the rights to the Demon Jade space. That place too distant? Lin Yuan followed the connection of the magic jade mark and vaguely looked in a certain direction. Even though he had already learned from the statue Shinji that the Demon Jade space was not located within any universe, the moment Lin Yuan truly felt the precise location of the Demon Jade space, his heart still surged with shock. It was like an ordinary person who has never left his village looking up at the stars above the firmament, estimating the distance of the stars from himself. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan observed the magic jade mark deep within his soul for a while before stopping. The mark of a Demon Jade Tower member is many times more complex than that of a core member, but what exactly are the differences? With Lin Yuan's current level, it was hard to tell. Take another trip to the Demon Jade space. Lin Yuan pondered for a moment and then split off a sliver of will, following the connection of the magic jade mark, instantaneously crossing infinite distances, descending into a certain mysterious space. Demon Jade space. As the sliver of Lin Yuan's will descended, the entire Demon Jade space seemed to detect something, trembling slightly. The surrounding gray fog suddenly dispersed, much like the weather clearing up after being gloomy for a long time. Lin Yuan glanced around and directly headed for the location of the 9-story Black Tower. Outside the 9-story Black Tower, the statue Shinji, immersed in sleep, was abruptly awakened by the tremor in the Demon Jade space. What is this? Statue Shinji could hardly believe it, and then his eyes moistened. My Magic Jade Tower has finally birthed another sequence member? If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 843 Breakthrough. Please subscribe. Outskirts of the 9-story Black Tower. Lin Yuan strode forward. Following the transformation of the magic jade mark, in addition to being able to sense the exact coordinates of this demon jade space, Lin Yuan also obtained partial authority over this demon jade space. For instance, if he wished, he could easily appear at any location. However, in the past when he entered the demon jade space, he always did so by walking to the front of the 9-story Black Tower. Lin Yuan was accustomed to this, so he also chose to walk over this time. Have you become a demon jade tower member? Statue Shinji had been waiting for a long time and looked at Lin Yuan with a complex gaze. Even he had not considered the possibility of Lin Yuan becoming a tower member. This was mainly because the Magic Jade Tower's headquarters had collapsed, and the foundation carrying all the demonic evolutionary pathways had been destroyed. Under these circumstances, the only way to fully comprehend all demonic evolutionary pathways would be to deduce them from the bodies of 12-tiered Magic Jade Tower members. But this was extremely difficult. Comprehend all demonic evolutionary pathways from the bodies of 12-tiered strong ones? For those alive at the 12th tier, it was still manageable as they could contain their oppressive aura, but the remnants of the fallen at the 12th tier would still unleash the intangible pressure of their spirit and will. Source: Web Novel. Com, updated on N0 New. This kind of spirit and will pressure to those of the 12th tier's same level might not be anything significant, but to life forms below the 12th tier it was utterly impossible to withstand. Incapable of withstanding such pressure, let alone to thoroughly comprehend all the demonic evolutionary pathways. So, even though Statue Shinji was aware of Lin Yuan's extraordinary talent, he never entertained the thought that the latter could become a tower member. This was mainly because this path had been essentially severed with the disappearance of the Moyu Tower Master. Lucky, I guess, Lin Yuan said with a smile. Lucky. Statue Shinji was speechless. Even during the Magic Jade Tower's most prosperous times, tower members were exceedingly rare. There would be no more than 100 members from the same era. Every Demon Jade Tower member possessed the potential to become 12-tiered. How could this be merely chalked up to luck? Direct disciples taken on by the demonic Jade Tower Master were being groomed to become the supreme strong, and likewise, tower members also held the potential to achieve that supreme status. Not to mention Lin Yuan's means of becoming a Demon Jade Tower member, which was countless times more difficult than those before him, even more challenging than becoming a direct disciple of the Moyu Tower Master. You were born in the wrong era, Statue Shinji said with a sigh after a long time. If he were in the era when the Magic Jade Tower was at its peak. Even if not at its peak, as long as a 12th-tiered strong one was present to uphold the tower, Lin Yuan would have received the tower's full support in his cultivation. But now, even though he had forcibly become a Demon Jade Tower member, what Lin Yuan received was far less than before, and he was even devoid of the various benefits that came with being a tower member. I think it's quite all right. Lin Yuan shook his head. He had already reaped many benefits from this Demon Jade space, and being in the Magic Jade Tower's heyday might not necessarily have been a good thing. Let's talk about serious matters. Statue Shinji waved his right hand, and a phantom screen appeared in front of Lin Yuan. It was the reward for becoming a tower member. Previously, when Lin Yuan became a core member of the Magic Jade Tower, he obtained the right to choose from various secret techniques. Now that he was a tower member, the rewards were even more numerous and of greater value. I'll pick later. Lin Yuan glanced over it and spoke. He was on the verge of entering the 11th tier, and the rewards on the screen weren't of much immediate help to him at the moment. It was better to save them until after he reached the 11th tier and choose based on his needs then. Currently, Lin Yuan was not sure of the extent of the transformation he would undergo after stepping into the 11th tier, so he decided it was best to wait and see. No problem. Statue Shinji nodded. Now that Lin Yuan was a tower member, his authority over this Demon Jade space was only slightly less than Shinji's. Members falling into this space also have authority, right? Lin Yuan asked after carefully sensing for a while. Yes, Statue Shinji said. You can specify the identity, racial bloodline, and so on for ordinary members descending into this space. The hierarchy of the Magic Jade Tower was strict. To the elevated tower members, the future of ordinary members was but a word away. Then I specify that only beings from my human civilization can descend into this demon jade space from now on, Lin Yuan immediately said. So far, no alien strong ones had become ordinary members of the Magic Jade Tower and thus descended into the demon jade space. But one could never be too cautious, as those alien strong ones were also contemplating the demonic evolutionary pathways in their bodies. Looking at the long-term perspective, it was possible for them to become ordinary members of the Magic Jade Tower. Thus, Lin Yuan simply cut off this possibility. If they couldn't enter this demon jade space, those alien strong ones, even if they became ordinary members of the Magic Jade Tower, would gain no benefits. It would be a fruitless effort. Done. Statue Shinji closed his eyes and opened them again shortly. For him, filtering the identity of ordinary members descending into this demon jade space was all too simple. Next, I want to try tackling the 7th level. Lin Yuan looked up at the 9-story black tower in front of him and slowly said, "The 7th level of the black tower was something only a 12th-tiered strong one could hope to overcome. Before the 10th traversal, Lin Yuan wouldn't even dare to think about it. Grasping the spatiotemporal fusion rule at the 2nd realm? Just getting past the 6th level was tough, let alone the 7th? But now, Lin Yuan had comprehended the spatiotemporal fusion rule at the 6th realm, firmly standing at the domain of the 12th tier. SAR the novel F.I.R. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc., please let us know. Report so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 844 Breakthrough. Please subscribe. _2 In addition, his mental will strength has also entered the 12th level. Having reached the 12th level in both aspects, Lin Yuan believed he could attempt the 7th layer. The 7th layer? The humanoid statue Shinji fell silent again, then stepped aside and watched Lin Yuan enter the 9-layered black tower. Less than half an hour later, Lin Yuan withdrew from the 7th layer. It's still not feasible. Lin Yuan's eyebrows were tightly furrowed. To pass through the 7th layer of the Black Tower, if one is a 12th-level powerhouse, a peak understanding of the space-time fusion rule 6-fold realm is required. If not at the 12th level, at least reaching the 7th realm in the space-time fusion rule domain is necessary to have a chance. After all, although Lin Yuan's time-space comprehension and mental will reach the 12th level, he ultimately was not a 12th-level powerhouse. The requirements to pass through the 7th layer would definitely be higher than for a normal 12th-level powerhouse. Completed 2/3 of the journey? The nearby statue Shinji remained silent. Source: web novel. Com. Updated on Omicron New Omicron. Although Lin Yuan ultimately did not pass the 7th layer, he had completed 2/3 of it, which was an inconceivable feat, a mere 10th level being completed 2/3 of the journey through the 7th layer, only achievable by a supreme being? What kind of freak is he? Thinking of Lin Yuan becoming a member of the Demon Jade Tower on the 10th level, statue Shinji barely managed to calm his spirit. Mental will and space-time fusion rule comprehension both completely entered the 12th level, especially the strength of mental will. Statue Shinji reminisced about Lin Yuan's attempts at the 7th layer, feeling waves of emotions rising in his heart again. Thus far, the talent and aptitude displayed by Lin Yuan, even in his youth, far surpassed that of the demonic Jade Tower Master. Not just surpassed, but far surpassed. The demonic Jade Tower Master had many miraculous encounters in his youth and had reached the 12th level realm prematurely in certain aspects. But at that time, the demonic Jade Tower Master was already at the 11th level. But now, Lin Yuan is only at the 10th level? Between the 10th and 11th levels, though seemingly only a step apart, it's like a chasm. What a pity! Lin Yuan took one last look at the majestic 9-layered black tower and sighed. Still a pity. Statue Shinji's lips twitched slightly. At the 10th level, he didn't pass the 7th layer and still found it a pity? Then I will take my leave. Lin Yuan bid farewell to the humanoid statue Shinji, and his figure disappeared into the demon jade space. Suddenly, in the vast demon jade space, Only the solitary statue Shinji stood before the 9-layered black tower. Master, with your means, did you ever expect that the Demon Jade Tower could now give birth to a member of its sequence? Statue Shinji murmured to himself for a while before falling back into slumber. Milky Way main star. Wuxia the Novel Fire. Net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. First cultivate the demonic jade immortal body to the perfect level. Lin Yuan quickly took out numerous resources. Having adjusted his condition earlier, Lin Yuan had purchased a vast amount of resources, preparing to step into the 11th level and to cultivate the Shenhuang physique. Having now obtained the demonic jade immortal body at the 10th level, he naturally planned to first cultivate this body-refining method to completion. When stepping into the 11th level, inducing the Chaos Void Origin infusion, the stronger the physical and soul Bodhis internal world, the more Chaos Void Origin it can withstand, and the greater the benefits to oneself. Originally, Lin Yuan's physical body had already reached its peak. At the 10th level, no amount of resources, methods, or secret techniques could improve it even slightly. But the demonic jade immortal body still allowed his physical strength to continue improving, an opportunity Lin Yuan naturally grasped. Since demonic jade immortal body Lin Yuan had already reached a perfect state, with sufficient resources, cultivating it to perfect level wouldn't take long. Time passed. In the blink of an eye, 6 months had passed. Finally reached the 10th level perfect. Lin Yuan felt deep within his body, his flesh like black crystal jade, with Xuanhuang-colored light flowing, terrifying blood energy shaking the multiple spatial layers. Everything is ready. Lin Yuan glanced around. The Taiyang Divine Spirit and Taiyin Primordial Spirit had also arrived early. As for the originally large battlefield, Lin Yuan had long since placed an avatar there. Before his 10th traverse, Lin Yuan's mental will was just at a normal standard, and the large battlefield of different races was full of dangers, requiring the primordial spirit to oversee to ensure the accumulation of world-breaking origin force over the long term. As for the avatar was too weak, utterly incapable of handling the pressures on a large battlefield of different races. But after the 10th traversal, Lin Yuan's mental will had significantly improved, causing his avatar's combat power to also be maintained at the level 11 tier. Even though it's still not comparable to the 2 primordial spirits, it's more than enough to handle the dangers of a large battlefield of different races. For the most part, battles at the level 11 tier would not erupt in a large battlefield of different races. It's time to contact the Supreme Beings. Lin Yuan connected to the virtual world and spoke to Xiaqin, the Supreme Being. He then stepped forward, leaving the Milky Way main star and heading deep into a spatial layer of a location in the Galaxy Master's territory. Breaking through to level 11 would trigger the Chaos Void Origin infusion. Naturally, he couldn't break through on the main star, as the impact would be too significant. Even a slight disturbance would turn the Milky Way main star to dust. While Lin Yuan was sitting in the depths of the spatial layer, making final adjustments. In the Milky Way star region, incarnations of humanity's supreme beings descended one after the other. Xiaqin, the Supreme Being. Yudi, the Supreme Being. Ancient Power, the Supreme Being. Void God, the Supreme Being. And so on, all 9 Supreme Beings' shadowy incarnations appeared. Even the true body of Xiaqin, the Supreme Being, was paying attention to this place. By using his incarnation as a beacon, the true body of Xiaqin could arrive at any time. He's finally starting the breakthrough. Xiaqin appeared slightly exhilarated, more nervous than Lin Yuan himself, having waited for months for Lin Yuan's news. I've set up space-time domains in dozens of nearby star domains. The Void God Supreme Being spoke. His mastery in the spatial aspect was profound, relating essentially to the space Great Tao. With the Void God Supreme Being's application of space, the space-time domains he set up were impenetrable even to a group of Supreme Beings in a short time. For this young one's breakthrough, we've all spent quite some effort. The Ancient Power Supreme Being couldn't help but speak up. In the history of human civilization, except for those at level 11 who are striving for the ultimate, they had never paid such close attention. However, given Lin Yuan's displayed talent and aptitude, it was worth it for the 9 Supreme Beings to do so. Whether it's perceiving the spatiotemporal fusion rule at level 10 or his mental will stepping into the realm of supreme beings. These were unprecedented in human civilization. In the eyes of the 9 supreme beings, Lin Yuan's assault on level 11 was even more critical than those level 11 evolutionaries striving for the ultimate. When he broke through to level 10, I wasn't present. Now I can see what kind of stir this young one will cause. Another human supreme being said enthusiastically. When Lin Yuan broke through to level 10, it caused a chaos void origin infusion. Although not as significant as the assault, it was still unprecedented. Those supreme beings who missed it felt quite regretful. It should be quite the spectacle, Xia Qin guessed, perhaps close to challenging the ultimate. When Lin Yuan reached level 10, he perceived the spatiotemporal fusion rule, greatly enhancing his internal world. Coupled with the transformation of his physical and soul bodies, the chaos void origin handled would definitely far exceed those from level 9 breaking through to level 10. Close to the spectacle of challenging the ultimate? The remaining few human supreme beings glanced at each other. Could it be that Lin Yuan already possesses a basis for a perfect level 11? How is that possible? Let's watch. Yudi, the supreme being, spoke. Deep in the spatial layer, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged. His 2 primordial spirits had long since returned inside his body. From being historically tangible to now vague, the internal worlds of the 2 primordial spirits did not shrink to millions of miles in radius, but still maintained a size of 3 billion miles, with the effects of the mysterious gourd still in place. Time slowly passed. Beginning the breakthrough, Lin Yuan's inner chi was perfected to his liking, while he simultaneously released the suppression on himself. Without suppression, he would have crossed into level 11 the moment he perceived some kind of pillar-level fusion rule at the second layer. As Lin Yuan completely released himself, his life essence quickly leaped toward level 11. The world's void suddenly fell into silence. Then, boom! If you find any errors, ads pop up, ads redirect, broken links, non-standard content, etc. Please let us know, report, so we can fix it as soon as possible. Chapter 845 Vast Chaos. Please subscribe. Inside the territory of the Star Alliance. On a massive planet, the real bodies of the 4 divine kings, towering 1,000,000 miles high, sat quietly. Since the curtain fell on the 2-dimensional world, white paper had escaped the cosmic starry skies. The 4 divine kings had been sitting here ever since. The Avatar's fall in the 2-dimensional world dealt a heavy blow to the 4 divine kings. It was far more than just a permanent loss of a part of their spirit will, and the loss of a supremely powerful weapon suited for them. More importantly, the mental state of the 4 divine kings was severely stimulated. As a level 11 perfect legendary powerhouse, a unique life form in the cosmic starry skies, the 4 divine kings would not dare to claim they were the strongest among level 11, but they were certainly notable. Yet, in the 2-dimensional world, being utterly crushed by the human civilization's Shuiyu was unbearable for the 4 divine kings. The evolvers of human civilization were inherently feeble. 99% of them could not even step into the first layer, starting who knows how much lower compared to special life forms. Yet, the 4 divine kings had been defeated by such a human evolver. If it was only a defeat, the 4 divine kings would not have been greatly shaken. Human civilization's evolvers might start low, but they possess a high potential, otherwise, how could they produce 9 level 12 evolvers? But the 4 divine kings faced a crushing defeat, or rather, it couldn't even be considered a defeat. In the eyes of that human Shuiyu, the 4 divine kings were not even considered an opponent. At that moment, a voice transmitted into the planet, resonating in this space-time. For divine kings, the past is the past. There's no need to dwell on it. The voice of the strongest being from the Star Alliance came. Strongest being, in our universe, does there really exist such a monstrous level 11 life? The 4 divine kings still found it hard to comprehend. Anything is possible. The strongest being from the Star Alliance was silent for a moment and then said, "That 2-dimensional world, it could only completely suppress the powers below level 12. Perhaps that human Shuyu had carried some artifact that allowed him to break free from the suppression of the two-dimensional world to some extent. The strongest being from the Star Alliance slowly said. This was also the conjecture of many pinnacle race powerhouses and ultimate beings during their reassessment after white paper escaped the universe, about why that human Zuyu's strength was so exceptionally high. The capability of the human Shuyu to make the 4 divine kings tremble with merely a glance was not something a normal level 11 could demonstrate. Hearing this, the 4 divine kings felt slightly more relieved inside. If it's just as the strongest being speculated, then perhaps their defeat wasn't too disgraceful. For divine kings, what you need to consider now is the upcoming massive battlefield. To open this massive battlefield, both the Star Alliance and other pinnacle races have paid a significant price. The strongest being from the Star Alliance looked down upon the 4 divine kings. As long as we can obtain the initial dominance of that massive battlefields of different races, I can make sure that the part of your spirit will that was lost will be compensated as much as possible. Any life that perishes in the two-dimensional world inside white paper will permanently lose a part of their spirit will. This part of spirit will cannot be recovered, but it can be compensated through certain means. It's just a matter of cost. Thank you, strongest being. In the forthcoming massive battlefield, I will give it my all. The 4 divine kings said solemnly. That's good. The strongest being from the Star Alliance nodded slightly. After this experience, once you have compensated, your foundation will be almost sufficient. You can attempt to break through to the ultimate level 12. Attempt to break through level 12? The eyes of the 4 divine kings slightly glimmered. For any level 11 life, the sole target is to achieve the ultimate level 12. Only by stepping into ultimate level 12 can one break free from the confines of the river of time, hoping to live through one cosmic era after another. No need to worry about that human Shuyu. Perhaps on the path of attempting the ultimate, he might not be as good as you. The strongest being from the Star Alliance said. Yes. The 4 divine kings nodded, their gaze regaining confidence. You, the strongest being from the Star Alliance, was about to continue saying something. Suddenly, a mighty origin source aura swept across the entire universe. This, the expression of the strongest being from the Star Alliance turned grave, his gaze leisurely looking towards a certain direction. Is a life attempting the ultimate? The 4 divine kings also realized this origin source aura was vast and boundless. Even level 11 life could clearly feel it. Only the attempt at the ultimate could cause such an instantaneous arrival of the Chaos Void origin. Recently, a 10th rank evolver from human civilization comprehended the rule of time, attempted level 11, also inducing the Chaos Void origin infusion, but the disturbance was much smaller than now. Who is attempting the ultimate? The 4 divine kings looked towards the strongest being. They could only feel the vast and omnipresent Chaos Void origin aura. But as for the source, blocked by a gigantic spatial temporal maze, the 4 divine kings couldn't be sure. Within the territory of human civilization, the strongest being from the Star Alliance was silent for a moment, with the perception of level 12, barely penetrating the spatial temporal maze, managed to approximately locate the source of the Chaos Void origin near the human civilization's territory. Human civilization's territory? Is that Shuyu attempting the ultimate? The 4 divine kings paused, this thought unconsciously emerging in their minds. Mighty and overwhelming, the waves of Chaos Void origin fluctuations swept across, in an instant attracting the attention of all level 12 beings within the cosmic starry skies. Numerous level 11 powerhouses also abruptly realized. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 846 Majestic Chaos. Subscription request. _2. Striving for the ultimate. Life is striving for the ultimate. To strive for the ultimate, one must at least grasp the 5th realm of fusion of time and space. Striving for the ultimate. I wonder if I can reach the threshold of striving for the ultimate before my lifespan ends. Since the birth of the universe, every long period of time, there have been lives attempting to strive for the ultimate, but the vast majority have failed, making many 11th level perfected evolvers quite familiar with this fluctuation. Is the source within the human civilization's territory? In the heartland of the insect race, One queen after another opens their eyes, looking towards the origin of the Chaos Void origin. Is human civilization likely to give birth to the 10th ultimate being? The brows of many insect queens furrow deeply. Human civilization is already strong enough. The birth of a 10th ultimate being now would likely leave the insect race struggling to breathe. Tianyu clan's territory. The ancestors all had serious expressions. Normally, 11th level perfected evolvers from human civilization, without certain assurance, would not be allowed to strive for the ultimate. After all, once failed, it means the complete loss of this 11th level perfected evolver. The death caused by failing to strive for the ultimate can't be reversed, as the life imprint would briefly shift out of the river of time. Success means completely freeing oneself from the binds of the river of time. In case of failure, all traces will be erased. Even the ultimate beings cannot be resurrected, lacking the life imprint as a marker. Ultimate beings can't find the target even if they go against the flow. So, for any peak racial power, striving for the ultimate is a matter taken with extreme caution. Unless absolutely necessary, they would rather slow down their own time flow and drag it out than rashly strive for the ultimate. Of course, those unique lives that are unaffiliated and unbound by clans are exceptions. Some special beings, having lived long enough, will still forcefully strive for the ultimate even without certainty. Milky Way star region. Deep within the multiple spatial layers, Lin Yuan sits cross-legged. After releasing the suppression on himself, he could clearly feel the universe momentarily plunging into a kind of silence. Following that, a terrifying cosmic spatial rift was torn open above his head. The aura of the Chaos Void origin descends. An invisible pressure begins to spread throughout the entire universe. Lin Yuan looks upwards. The terrifying cosmic spatial rift continues to expand. In just an instant it spans more than 10 light-years. The profound and mysterious aura of the Chaos Void rushes towards him. Is that the location of the Chaos Void origin? Lin Yuan looks at the space above, watching the rapidly inflating cosmic spatial rift that expanded to dozens of light-years outside, faintly revealing an enormous boundless space, carrying infinite might, supremely paramount. Chaos Void origin infusion, the source naturally being the Chaos Void origin. During the crossing of major life realms, a temporary connection to the Chaos Void origin is formed to infuse the origin. The cosmic space continues to be torn apart, finally stopping slowly when reaching 100 light-years. 100 light-years? Lin Yuan immediately understands that this should be the limit of the Chaos Void origin infusion he can withstand this time. Compared to the 10 light-year rift when breaking through from 9th level to 10th level, the current 100 light-year rift seems only 10 times different, but the amount of the infused Chaos Void origin in the end is far more than 100 or 1,000 times more. The origin begins to infuse. The moment the cosmic space rift stops, Lin Yuan realizes that what he is about to face is the infusion of the Chaos Void origin. Whether it's the infusion of the cosmic origin or the Chaos Void origin, it is according to the live's own comprehensive conditions, such as physical strength, soul strength, internal world strength, and so forth. The higher the foundation, the larger the rift that can be opened, and the more origin it can withstand. Among them, striving for the ultimate at 11th level, life undergoing the ultimate transformation jump, the induced Chaos Void origin infusion, will far exceed the breakthrough from 10th level to 11th level. Only 333 seconds. During this period I must endure as much Chaos Void origin as possible. Lin Yuan thought to himself. This opportunity, for nearly all beings within the universe, only comes once, and that is the assault on the ultimate at level 11. Even if one smoothly transitions to level 12 afterward, transforming the internal world into an internal universe, one can only slowly absorb the Chaos Void origin. Like now, absorbing recklessly without limits within 333 seconds, this will never happen again. Splash. Across hundreds of light-years, within the cosmic rift, a profound and mysterious passageway to the lands of Chaos Void origin immediately begins to pour out torrential Chaos Void origin. Boom! Like the collapse of an ocean, the speed of the primordial pour is terrifyingly fast, filling the entire 100 light-years with pure Chaos Void origin power. Absorb it all. Lin Yuan's physical body wildly absorbs. His soul is also wildly absorbing, and his internal world is likewise wildly absorbing. The Chaos Void origin power is extremely pure, almost needless of any refinement. As long as it is absorbed into the body, it can quickly transform into one's own energy, and then push the foundation to increase. Just 20 seconds later, Lin Yuan feels a satiated sensation in his internal world. It's clear that it has devoured enough. Continue absorbing. Lin Yuan doesn't stop. At this moment his internal world gives him a certain critical sensation, as if stepping further will break some kind of shackles. Milky Way star region. Humanity's 9 ultimate beings are somewhat stunned as they watch the cosmic space rift spanning hundreds of light years, and the endless chaos void origin gushing into the depths of the spatial layers. 100 light years of space rift. It's not much different from assaulting the ultimate at level 11, right? A void god ultimate being is somewhat dazed. Assaulting the ultimate at level 11 is not something unusual for the ultimate beings. But Lin Yuan is not assaulting the ultimate, he's assaulting level 11. Right now, the only difference between Lin Yuan and those assaulting the ultimate is that he has not yet stepped out of the river of time, never undergoing the ultimate transformation. This Xia Qin ultimate being is also frightened. Before Lin Yuan's assault on level 11, he had predicted that the commotion would certainly not be small, especially since the scene during his previous level 10 assault was placed there. However, even so, Xia Qin ultimate being only dared to guess that Lin Yuan's final assault commotion would merely be close to assaulting the assault. Could it really be as thorough as it is now? Level 11 assault on the ultimate, life undergoing the ultimate transformation, can cause infusion of chaos void origin that surpasses one's own foundation. Lin Yuan hasn't undergone the ultimate transformation, yet he managed to evoke a disturbance no weaker than assaulting the ultimate. How is this possible? Humanity's 9 ultimate beings stand in the void, continuously observing that hundreds of light years rift, constantly pouring out chaos void origin. All the origin is marked with the life imprint of Lin Yuan. Even if it couldn't be absorbed, it would rapidly disperse. Compared to the shock of humanity's 9 ultimate beings, the ultimate beings of the various peak clans within the cosmic starry skies and ultimate existences are somewhat uneasy. Especially the insect race, Tianyu clan, and other forces completely hostile to human civilization absolutely do not wish to see humanity's civilization gain a 10th ultimate being. If human civilization were to give birth to a 10th ultimate being, it would have profound impacts on the subsequent war situations, especially with the imminent opening of super-large battlefields. What do we do now? Stop him? During the period of assaulting the ultimate, although one needs to withstand the backlash of the River of Time, one is also under the protection of the River of Time, and we, even after freeing ourselves from the constraints of the River of Time, are far from being able to shake the River of Time. So what do we do? Just watch as humanity gains another ultimate being? Insect race, Tianyu clan, and many other ultimate beings quickly communicate. Head to the River of Time. Insect Queen speaks up. Yes, the River of Time. Hearing this, the other ultimate beings immediately nod. Heading to the River of Time, standing by the shore, although not able to observe the many details within the River of Time. But if there are beings successfully freeing themselves from the constraints of the River of Time, stepping into level 12, and emerging from the river onto the shore, they could still observe. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 847 Stepping into the 11th Order. End of this volume. Asking for subscriptions, the River of Time flows majestically. From the ancient past towards the distant future. It seems eternally unchanging. Even the most extraordinary life forms, as long as they haven't made the ultimate leap, can only stir up a corner of the river's waves, ultimately perishing as the river runs dry. On the shore, one towering figure after another appears, carefully observing every detail around the River of Time. During the ultimate phase of level 11 being's assault, external forces cannot stop them. But once the assault is complete, successfully stepping into level 12, they must come ashore. This is also the opportunity for the insect race and Tianyu clan's strongest beings. An ultimate being that has just entered level 12 is undoubtedly at its most vulnerable. Even with the protection of 9 supreme beings from human civilization, a sudden surprise attack by them can have a significant impact. The supreme beings of the insect race and Tianyu clan do not harbor illusions of killing that supreme being from human civilization, but at least they can inflict some damage. In this way, the pressure on them later on would be much lighter. Taking advantage of the moment a level 12 being comes ashore to launch a surprise attack is a grudge that warrants relentless pursuit. Therefore, under normal circumstances, no supreme being standing on the shore would easily do this. Mainly because even a being that has just stepped into level 12 isn't so easy to kill. As the essence of life has undergone the ultimate leap, it's very difficult to completely perish. And if the attack fails, it would create an irreconcilable formidable enemy for themselves and their affiliated forces. The potential risks involved are great, even related to the end of the cosmic era, when many level 12 beings struggle to cross over to withstand the great destructive force. However, such influences are of no significance to the insect race and Tianyu clan. The civilization of humankind and theirs are already in a life-or-death feud. Even if they do not act, the hatred between them will not disappear. If a level 11 perfect being from the insect race or Tianyu clan manages to step into level 12 and come ashore, it's estimated that the 9 supreme beings from human civilization would not hesitate to seize the opportunity to strike. The conflict between clans has never been about the strong bullying the weak. The main reason why supreme beings of the starry sky races rarely enter the fray is that if everyone participates, it's equivalent to no one participating. And if the intensity of the war is too high, it can also affect the development of various peak clan forces. That's why the current balance is maintained. If there were an opportunity to completely eradicate the forces of other clans, it's estimated there would be no hesitation. Let's wait. Well, just watch from the shore. When that level 11 evolutionary from humanity begins to come ashore, you must not hold back. The supreme beings from the insect race, Tianyu clan, and many others exchange glances, also vigilant for traces of the 9 supreme beings of human civilization. They can think of sniping at the riverbank of time. Surely, the supreme beings of human civilization have taken precautions. Now, the contest is about the foundation of their respective strengths. Milky Way star region. Deep within the spatial layers, Lin Yuan tries to draw in the endless chaos void origin into his body as much as possible. His physical soul body and inner world are like having taken a tonic, starting to rapidly increase in strength. Especially his inner world, as it feels full upon receiving chaos void origin infusion for the 20th second. With the sense of fullness comes the feeling of breaking through limitations. That's why Lin Yuan doesn't stop absorbing the chaos void origin. The 30th second, the feeling of fullness intensifies. The 40th second, the fullness reaches a certain limit. The 50th second, the fullness vanishes with a bang. At the same time, his inner world, originally spanning 33 billion square miles, seems to have torn through a thin layer of paper, with its area going crazy expanding again. 23 billion miles, 33 billion miles, 43 billion miles, 110 billion miles. At the 300th second of chaos void origin infusion, Lin Yuan's inner world has already reached 6 trillion square miles in the area. The vast power of the world nourishes his physical soul body, and with the continuous absorption of chaos void origin, Lin Yuan's strength has increased countless times compared to before his breakthrough. Soon, the 333rd second ends. The crack in the sky, spanning hundreds of light years, quickly begins to heal. The aura of chaos void origin also rapidly dissipates. Under normal circumstances, a level 11 perfect being assaulting the ultimate would now make the ultimate leap, using the arrival of chaos void origin and the momentary stepping back of the cosmic rules to cross that critical step. Lin Yuan ponders in his heart. With the arrival of chaos void origin, numerous cosmic rule restrictions naturally disappear temporarily, making it the best time for a level 11 perfect being to assault the ultimate. Losing this opportunity, it's almost impossible to make another assault on the ultimate. Any life form assaulting the ultimate means completely breaking free from universal restrictions, and in such a case, the universe will naturally try its best to prevent it. Becoming a supreme being, breaking free from the shackles of the river of time, means potentially taking away everything absorbed from the universe. But I don't really need to do that. Lin Yuan shakes his head slightly. He still has another chance to trigger the Chaos Void Origin infusion. Although with Lin Yuan's foundation, he can entirely surpass level 11 to assault the ultimate, the risk is still too great. Lin Yuan still has a lot of room for improvement, not to mention comprehending the legendary Chaos Rule. The deeper the foundation accumulated during the level 11 phase, the greater the advantage in assaulting level 12. My inner world has now reached 8 trillion square miles. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 848 Stepping into the 11th level. End of this volume. Please subscribe. _2 Lin Yuan's consciousness incarnation was reflecting within his inner world. Compared to the modest expanse of barely over 200 million miles before the breakthrough, the current inner world had strengthened by an unknown multitude. 99% of the Chaos Void Origin power, I haven't completely absorbed it, instead, I've accumulated it deep within my inner world. Lin Yuan looked thoughtful. Tearing through rifts spanning hundreds of light years to welcome the descent of the Chaos Void Origin, Lin Yuan's breakthrough to the 10th layer created a disturbance no less significant than the impact of striving for the ultimate level 11. The Chaos Void Origin he ultimately withstood was no less than that of a level 11 making the ultimate breakthrough. Once successful, internally evolving their world to a universe, undergoing an ultimate metamorphosis of their life essence, the size of that inner universe would eventually stretch from tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of light years. But Lin Yuan's inner world came to a halt at a diameter of 600 billion miles, mainly because the vast majority of the Chaos Void Origin power was not thoroughly absorbed. Due to not undergoing the metamorphosis, a level 11 aiming for the ultimate status would swiftly absorb the accumulated Chaos Void Origin. But without the ultimate metamorphosis, those energies from the Chaos Void remained sunken deep within Lin Yuan's inner world. This is good too, all of it will become my foundation, so that when I truly make the push for the ultimate, my inner world's final size, I estimate, will surpass the range of tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of light years. Lin Yuan thought to himself. Even more so, this accumulation of substantial Chaos Void Origin has vastly elevated his base strength, that when he truly strives for the ultimate, the Chaos Void's assessment of him will heighten, the fissure's torn will be more vast, and the infusing Chaos Void Origin will reach an inconceivable level. Does my inner world still deserve to be called a world? Lin Yuan looked down upon his 600 billion mile diameter inner world, with endless Chaos Void energy pouring in, continuously metamorphosing his inner world, further unfolding more spatial layers, and so on. It lies somewhere between an inner world and an inner universe. Lin Yuan thought silently to himself. His current inner world far surpassed the regular notion of an inner world, yet it didn't quite reach the magnitude of a supreme being's inner universe. Strength after the breakthrough? Lin Yuan began to focus precisely on his sensations. His physical body and soul had improved more than 100-fold compared to before the breakthrough. But the most critical was his inner world, vast at 600 billion miles in diameter. You should know, the inner worlds of other level 11 beings, depending on the nobility of their racial bloodlines, range from tens of millions to a few tens of millions of miles in diameter. And Lin Yuan, a direct 600 billion miles in diameter? In front of Lin Yuan, ordinary level 11 beings are feeble like ants. According to Lin Yuan's previous standards of assessment, if a level 11 perfect combat strength is denoted as 10, then Lin Yuan before his breakthrough had a strength probably around 100. Now, having stepped into level 11, his strength has already surpassed 10,000. 10,100 at first glance seemed to be just a 100-fold increase, but in practice it's not calculated like that. 100 warriors each with a strength of 100, when combined, would be crushed by a being of strength 10,000. Not to mention 100, even 1,000 or 10,000, faced with an entity of strength 10,000, the outcome would be the same, with no capacity to resist. Simply put, with Lin Yuan's current combat strength, he can completely be regarded as a unique existence between level 11 and level 12. The gap between level 11 and level 12 seems as vast as a chasm. But the gap between level 11 and Lin Yuan is almost as insurmountable. Even a level 11 perfect legend lifeform wielding a supreme weapon, in front of Lin Yuan, could, at best, barely cling on to life by the merit of the weapon itself. And if that supreme weapon were not of a defensive nature but offensive instead, survival would most likely be out of reach. Now, only level 12 could pose a real threat to me, I guess. Lin Yuan thought to himself while simultaneously looking up towards a certain region. All 9 supreme beings have come. Lin Yuan vaguely sensed 9 vast presences. Before the breakthrough, Lin Yuan simply could not detect the arrival of supreme beings. It was only after being informed by the supreme being Xia Qin that he commenced the breakthrough. But now, with advancement in realm and a grasp over space and time, Lin Yuan could vaguely lock onto the auras of the supreme beings. Of course, this was because the 9 supreme beings from human civilization were incarnations, and they did not specifically conceal their aura. It's time to meet the supreme beings. Lin Yuan rose to his feet, emerged from the depths of the spatial layers, and headed toward the 9 human civilization supreme beings. Without the presence of 9 supreme beings, Lin Yuan's breakthrough would have been known by the 10,000 universe races, and those alien supreme beings would definitely interfere. Since the birth of the universe, any level 11 perfect being before making a breakthrough to the ultimate would seek a supreme being as support. The first supreme being of human civilization came to be in this way, seeking an ultimate entity, paying many prices for its protection, and finally managing to step into level 12. The river of time flows on mightily. Supreme beings from the insect race, Tianyu clan, and many others patiently wait. In the distant horizon, other supreme beings loom, their towering figures vague yet discernible. Supreme beings from the insect race, Tianyu clan, and other level 12 powerhouses intend to snipe the newly risen supreme being from human civilization, while the other ultimate entities are happy to watch the excitement. It's been such a long time. Why is there no fluctuation in the river of time? The supreme beings from the insect race and Tianyu clan frown slightly, realizing there can be only one reason for this. That is, the human evolver attempting the ultimate has ultimately failed. A failure to reach the ultimate would erase all of oneself, naturally preventing the landing. Failed. That makes sense. Achieving the ultimate is not so simple. We've all been too anxious. The ultimate existences from the insect race and Tianyu clan exchange glances and let out a slight sigh of relief. If possible, they wouldn't want to snipe either, because it would mean engaging in a desperate fight with the 9 supreme beings of human civilization. The battles between supreme beings, skirmishes at the ultimate level, mostly result in significant self-harm while killing the enemy. There's little meaning to them, especially with a few crazed supreme beings from human civilization who, if really pushed, might resort to self-destructive measures. So, the current outcome is undoubtedly the best. The human evolver who attempted the ultimate has failed. For the insect race and Tianyu clan, this means one less enemy to worry about, and they also don't need to clash with the supreme beings of human civilization, making it perfect. The only thing that puzzles the supreme beings from the insect race and Tianyu clan is how easily the human evolver has failed. With the foundation of human civilization, since they dared to let their own make the ultimate attempt, they must have made many preparations, even in failure, certainly causing ripples or even waves in the river of time. However, just now, from beginning to end, no supreme being felt any surge on the river of time. This means that the human evolver barely started the ultimate challenge before they failed, leading to such tranquility in the river of time. Though puzzled, the supreme beings from the insect race and Tianyu clan don't dwell on it, for causing an infusion of origin power from the chaos void would inevitably lead to the ultimate leap. And if the ultimate leap were successful, it would lead to a landing. Now, without a landing, it means failure. Despite their doubts, the supreme beings from the insect race and Tianyu clan grasp the fundamental logic of cause and effect. That is, the human evolver attempting the ultimate did not ultimately step into level 12. Otherwise, there would have been a landing. Not stepping into level 12 means a complete downfall. Milky Way star region. The hearts of the 9 supreme beings of human civilization remain unsettled for a long time. They watch the cracks in the chaos void heal swiftly, at a loss for words for a moment. This kid, too frightening. An ancient power supreme being shakes their head slightly, It's not often that something can frighten supreme beings, but now it's clear that all 9 supreme beings of human civilization have been significantly alarmed. In fact, if other alien supreme beings knew that the commotion just now was caused merely by a level 10 challenging level 11, they would likely be appalled. My human civilization has given birth to a remarkable existence. This thought suddenly emerges in the hearts of the remaining supreme beings. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 849 Soaring Comprehension Speed. Please subscribe. HTML in the center of the twisted time-space. I have met the 9 supreme beings. Lin Yuan slightly bowed to show respect. After stepping into the 11th level, Lin Yuan immediately came to meet the supreme beings. After all, during the breakthrough, the 9 supreme beings had been shielding his aura. The 11th level's impact on the ultimate, with or without the protection of the supreme beings, was different. Especially since Lin Yuan did not impact the ultimate, he never attempted the ultimate leap, and there existed a possibility of interference during the breakthrough. No need for this. I believe it won't be long before our human civilization establishes the 10th evolution tower. The ancient power supreme being spoke. Human civilization currently had 9 evolution towers, corresponding to the 9 supreme beings. The 10th evolution tower signified the birth of the 10th supreme being in human civilization. Entering the 11th level and being evaluated by the ancient power supreme being in such a manner showed the importance placed on Lin Yuan. To a certain extent, the ancient power supreme being already regarded Lin Yuan as the future supreme being. Compared to the supreme beings, I still have a long way to go, Lin Yuan immediately said. The more he cultivated, the more Lin Yuan felt the gap between the 12th and 11th levels. The two were not on the same level of existence at all. Even if the 11th level was stronger, it could only live in the river of time. Even if it could briefly leap up, it would eventually fall back. And the 12th level? It completely broke free from the restraints of the river of time, standing on the bank overlooking countless river life struggles. The difference between the two was not just a chasm in realm and strength, but also entirely different mindsets. Do not belittle yourself. If even you cannot step into the 12th level, then neither our human civilization nor the 10,000 races of the cosmic starry skies will produce a 12th level. The ancient power supreme being said, walking the path of evolution requires appropriate humility, but also confidence. The other 8 supreme beings nodded slightly. Through the commotion of Lin Yuan's breakthrough to the 11th level, they vaguely speculated on how profound the foundation of this galaxy master was. Tearing open the cosmic space rift and welcoming the arrival of the chaos void origin was entirely based on one circumstances. No one could fake this aspect. Lin Yuan, with his 10th level realm, tore open the cosmic space rift that was no smaller than those torn open by the 11th level perfect beings impacting the ultimate. Given his realm was not as high as the latter, the space rift he finally tore was the same, meaning Lin Yuan surpassed the 11th level perfect beings in other respects. This was what most shocked the 9 supreme beings of human civilization. The supreme being is correct, Lin Yuan immediately said. Asterisk, however, he couldn't help but mutter in his heart. Asterisk, asterisk, what he meant was that compared to the supreme beings, he was still far behind merely in terms of combat strength. Asterisk, asterisk, now, Lin Yuan's combat strength greatly exceeded the 11th level perfect. Even an 11th level perfect holding a supreme weapon could barely save their life in front of Lin Yuan. Asterisk, asterisk, but compared to a true 12th level being, Lin Yuan lacked any confidence. Asterisk, asterisk, firstly, Lin Yuan's greatest advantage was the 6th realm space-time rules comprehension, and most 12th level beings basically had this comprehension. Asterisk, asterisk, the 11th level perfect impacting the ultimate, as long as they succeeded in the end, would smoothly land and experience the shore touch, mostly comprehending the 6th realm spacetime. Asterisk, asterisk, this was also why the 6th realm spacetime was called the threshold of the 12th level. Asterisk, asterisk, having no advantage in spacetime fusion comprehension, and even a disadvantage, his physical body and soul also couldn't compare to the supreme beings. As for his inner world, asterisk, asterisk, the supreme being's inner world transformed into an inner universe, spanning tens of thousands to 100,000 light-years, still incomparable to Lin Yuan. The only aspect where Lin Yuan could surpass ordinary 12th levels was his mind and willpower. With a spiritual index as high as 33,330,000 points, it was estimated that most supreme beings in the universe hadn't reached this level. The mind and willpower were undoubtedly important. Paired with any trump card, it could exert tremendous effect, but if it were just mind and willpower, the effect would be very limited. What Lin Yuan meant by that sentence was simple. At the current stage, he couldn't defeat the supreme beings. But to the ancient power supreme being's ears, he mistakenly thought Lin Yuan lacked confidence in stepping into the 12th level. In fact, Lin Yuan was quite confident in impacting the ultimate. Polishing himself at the 11th level, elevating many pillar-level fusion rules to the height of the 12th level. Even if he didn't comprehend the chaos rule in the end, Lin Yuan still had a substantial hope of impacting the ultimate. This hope stemmed not only from his solid foundation, but also from many external factors, like that heart of space-time. The ability to extend his stay in the river of time had an against-the-odds effect, equivalent to forcibly elevating the possibility of stepping into the 12th level. Lin Yuan, your current strength? The Void God Ultimate Being looked at Lin Yuan and asked. With these words spoken, the other 8 supreme beings also looked at Lin Yuan. Probably stronger than the 11th level by some. Lin Yuan thought for a moment and answered truthfully. Some? How much stronger? The Void God Ultimate Being couldn't help but ask. There were 6 grades in the 11th level. Lin Yuan was stronger than which grade of the 11th level? About. Compared to me, 11th level perfect is like the 10th level compared to the 11th level, I suppose. Lin Yuan said, actually elevating the 11th level perfect as much as possible. In reality, the gap between 11th level perfect and Lin Yuan was only greater. Like the 10th level compared to the 11th level? The 9 supreme beings of human civilization fell into silence. Was this called only a bit stronger? The limit of a 10th rank evolver was to comprehend a certain pillar-level fusion rule at the 2nd realm. But 11th level perfect? Spacetime 5th realm involving many pillar-level fusion rules. Wuxia world. Site. Co. Chapter 850 Soaring Comprehension Speed. Please subscribe. _2 Lin Yuan compared the gap between himself and a perfect level 11 to that between level 11 and level 10, almost making the 9 supreme beings of human civilization doubt whether Lin Yuan was actually at level 11 life form or not. From the beginning to the end of this universe, I reckon you're probably the strongest level 11 there's ever been, the feather butterfly supreme being said in a low voice. So far, the Starry Sky races hadn't set a definitive number for the strongest level 11. Because most perfect level 11s relied on the empowerment of ultimate weapons. Even so, there was constant debate about who was the strongest level 11. But now, there was probably no debate anymore. The strongest level 11 was Lin Yuan, and not just in this cosmic era. In the many cosmic eras of the past and many more in the future. The chances were slim that there would ever be a level 11 born stronger than Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan, with your strength, you could completely sweep through the upcoming grand-scale battlefields of different races. Xia Qin Supreme being thought and immediately spoke up. Grand-scale battlefields of different races? Lin Yuan's heart stirred. He had already heard about the grand-scale battlefields of different races from Xia Qin Supreme being. This was a massive battlefield that surpassed any previous ones. A place where all peak forces of the 10,000 races of the cosmic starry skies contested for domination. That's right. The eyes of the ancient power supreme being slightly lit up. The grand-scale battlefields are the arenas agreed upon by all peak forces within this universe through negotiation. After the grand-scale battlefields are established, any force that obtains the right to lead the first war will gain 1/10,000th of the territory of all participating clan forces. The Void God Ultimate being added from the side. 1/10,000th of the territory? Lin Yuan's expression became slightly solemn. The myriad clans of the cosmic starry skies fought on the many battlefields they opened, and under established rules, The victorious side would take control of the territory or some resource-secret realms of the defeated side. The Milky Way star region inhabited by Lin Yuan was, in the past, a territory ruled by the Shadow Tribe. However, in the battlefield, the Shadow Tribe lost to human civilization, which is why they had to hand over that region. However, on the battlefields of the past, even the large battlefields, the territories lost through defeat didn't reach the foundation of human civilization. But what about grand-scale battlefields? Using 1/10,000th of territory as the price? How many star domains, to be precise, how many star alliances, would 1/10,000th of human civilization's territory envelop? It should be noted that the size of the territory unequivocally includes more than just the number of life forms it can support. It also signifies countless resources. Many precious resource planets and numerous cosmic secret realms lie within certain territories, and once ceded, these too would be surrendered. That's right. That's why for this grand-scale battlefield of different races, those Peak Clan forces will spare no expense. They will even equip level 11 Fifth Realm lifeforms with ultimate weapons, Xiaqin Supreme being said. According to the rules set by the Starry Sky races for opening grand-scale battlefields, beings of the 12th layer are forbidden from intervening. With 12th layer beings not entering the fray, the strongest combatants were naturally level 11. To increase their side's odds, outfitting perfect level 11 lifeforms with ultimate weapons is the foundation, and level 11 Fifth Realm lifeforms will be granted ultimate weapons. To initially refine ultimate weapons, one needs at least the comprehension of the Fifth Realm of space and time, which means level 11 Fifth Realm. But normally, level 11 Fifth Realm beings being granted ultimate weapons were very few and far between. No problem. Lin Yuan nodded. From becoming an evolver to now, he's been under the protection of human civilization. Lin Yuan now also planned to give back to human civilization. In fact, it wouldn't be purely giving back, as Lin Yuan wasn't obliged to go to the grand-scale battlefield. According to the 9 supreme beings, every level 11 who goes to the grand-scale battlefield would receive a large number of merit points as a reward from human civilization. The merits established on the grand-scale battlefield could also be exchanged for a large number of merit points, and all the obtained spoils of war would belong to oneself. With Lin Yuan's strength now surpassing level 11, even without an invitation from the supreme beings, he would plan to take a stroll on the grand-scale battlefield. After all, to secure the right to lead the first battle on the grand-scale battlefield, those Peak Clan level 11 lifeforms will likely arm themselves to the teeth. And for Lin Yuan, that's all moving riches and treasures. Heading to the grand-scale battlefield of different races basically carried no risk for Lin Yuan. Anyway, going there with just his primordial spirit, even if it were to fall, Lin Yuan could quickly recondense it. After stepping into the 11th level, even if a supreme being were to strike at Lin Yuan, at most they could only destroy his primordial spirit and not truly affect his actual body. With over 33 million points in mental willpower strength, it's enough for Lin Yuan to easily defend against any memory contamination at the 12th level tier. As for causal curse killing, with Lin Yuan's current level of life, even 12th level beings would have to pay a huge price and still be unable to curse kill him. Moreover, there's the isolation of causality in the Shenhuang secret realm. Simply put, the current Lin Yuan may indeed be unable to defeat those on the 12th level, but for them to completely kill him, it is also very difficult to achieve. Or rather, it is impossible. By the way, are you planning to make public your breakthrough to the 11th level? The supreme being Xiaqin thought for a moment and asked. Up to now, the entry criteria for major battlefields have been the peak strength of the 11th level powerhouses. As for those below the 11th level, to those in possession of the ultimate weapons at level 11 perfect, the 10th level warriors don't mean much. Unless there is the Sea of Insects tactics, brought about by the insect race hives that have nurtured billions upon billions of insect race warriors, otherwise it basically has no effect. So, the threshold to enter the large-scale battlefields of different races is the 11th level. If Lin Yuan intends to enter the large-scale battlefields of different races, he must reveal the power of the 11th level. Make it public, Lin Yuan said calmly. Previously, when he made the breakthrough from the 5th to the 6th realm, in order to prevent being assassinated by different races, Lin Yuan needed to keep his identity secret. But now, There is no need for secrecy anymore. Because Lin Yuan has grown to such a height that those supreme beings from different races can no longer slay him. And entering the large-scale battlefields of different races with 11 as the threshold, announcing his step into the 11th level is also to prepare for the large-scale battlefields of different races. Actually, even if it's made public, it doesn't matter much. The Feather Butterfly Supreme Being said, given the potential shown by the Galaxy Master in the past, stepping into the 11th level now, although slightly quick, is completely understandable. From level 7 to level 8, from 8 to 9, from 9 to 10, hasn't the Galaxy Master surprised everyone every time? After chatting with the 9 Supreme Beings for a few more words, Lin Yuan smoothly returned to the Milky Way main star. My physical body. The realm of the Shenhuang physique has fallen to minor accomplishment. Lin Yuan felt it for a moment and thought silently to himself. To say that the realm of the Shenhuang physique has fallen is not accurate. More precisely, the upper limit of the Shenhuang physique has been raised. A level 10 perfect Shenhuang physique and one at level 11 perfect are completely different concepts. Lin Yuan, having stepped into the 11th level, entered the 11th chapter of the Shenhuang physique cultivation. The previous level 10 chapter's Shenhuang physique has not weakened in strength, but Lin Yuan has gained a greater space for improvement in this body-refining secret technique. To cultivate the Shenhuang physique of the 11th level to perfection, Lin Yuan's brows slightly furrowed. After the infusion of the Chaos Void origin, the strength of his physical body was too high, resulting in a very high starting point for the Shenhuang physique. To progress, the cost of resources required far exceeds that of a normal 11th level Shenhuang physique. Of course, this wasn't necessarily a bad thing. According to Lin Yuan's estimation, with his current foundational bodily strength, once the Shenhuang physique is cultivated to the level 11 perfect in terms of physical prowess, he will surpass the ordinary Supreme Being level, approaching the Shenhuang physique at level 12 perfect. After contemplating the resources needed for the further cultivation of the Shenhuang physique, Lin Yuan was quite startled. Moments later, Lin Yuan stopped focusing on his physical body and began to comprehend the vast universal law fluctuations. My current comprehension speed. Lin Yuan slightly closed his eyes, only feeling as if the myriad rules and grand pathways of the universe were surging towards him. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 851, The Tremor of Human Civilization. Subscribe please. HTML. The transition from the 10th rank to the 11th rank is a leap in the essence of life. An 11th order life form stood at the pinnacle just beneath the strongest beings, capable of comprehending the rules of the universe far beyond what a 10th order being could. Asterisk. Standing high and looking far wasn't just about physical height. It was about the height of lives levels. Asterisk. Why could the strongest beings easily reach the 6th realm of time and space? It was because they had completed the landing, seeing further down the riverbanks of time. Now Lin Yuan was the same. The elevation of his life level not only allowed Lin Yuan to sense the subtle fluctuations of many rules with ease, but it also enhanced his against heaven's understanding to a terrifying degree. Your understanding defies heaven, sensing the origin source of time and space, elevating your comprehension of the spatio-temporal fusion rule. Your understanding defies heaven, comprehending the secret skill Milky Way, elevating your comprehension of the spatio-temporal fusion rule. In just a few dozen breaths, Lin Yuan's insights into the spatio-temporal fusion rule surpassed the accumulation of 1 to 200 years. In the boundless void, after Lin Yuan comprehended the 6th realm of time and space, he still stayed in that world for over 100 years, yet the progress in the spatio-temporal fusion rule was minimal. But even minimal progress, accumulated over 100 or 200 years, was still considerable. Yet now, Lin Yuan, having initially stepped into the 11th order, quickly surpassed it. Asterisk. At this rate of understanding, perhaps before reaching the ultimate goal, I might elevate the spatio-temporal fusion rule to the 7th realm. Asterisk. Lin Yuan's eyes lit up. The 7th realm of spatio-temporal fusion? A realm most 12th order beings in the universe had never reached. The strongest beings, standing on the bank, could easily reach the 6th realm, but the 7th realm? According to the records within the Shenhuang secret realm, very few 12th order beings in the universe, who hadn't yet weathered the first cosmic cataclysm, reached the 7th realm of spatiotemporal fusion. Even those who did achieved it near the end of an almost complete cosmic era, just before the collapse of the universe. Normally, understanding the spatiotemporal fusion rule at the 7th realm meant one could survive the annihilation of the universe's collapse with little problem. Such beings were rare even in the more vast and boundless chaos void. Take it slow. Lin Yuan reigned in his thoughts. Though the journey from the 6th to the 7th realm of time and space seemed a single realm apart, it was immensely long. Lin Yuan merely felt that with his current 11th order comprehension speed, he stood a chance of grasping the 7th realm. As to whether he could actually comprehend it in the end, there was no certainty. There were too many variables in between. Just as when Lin Yuan was in the 1st or 2nd layer, facing the question of becoming the strongest, the leap was too vast to estimate. The focus of 11th order cultivation should be on the physical body and rule comprehension. Lin Yuan assessed himself and thought silently. For the physical body, one should train the Shenhuang physique to level 11 perfect as much as possible. Thinking about the enormous resources required for the Shenhuang physique, Lin Yuan involuntarily felt a stronger urge to venture to super-large battlefields. Those resources were hard for human civilization to accumulate in a short period. But with the help of many 11th order beings among the starry sky races, there was hope. At least he could gather a significant portion of it. Physical training involved honing the Shenhuang physique. For rule comprehension, the focus was naturally on the spatiotemporal fusion rule, supplemented by other pillar-level fusion rules. If possible, Lin Yuan still wanted to see if he could comprehend the chaos rule. There was no precedent for the chaos rule, but as Lin Yuan estimated, the difficulty of comprehending the chaos rule at the 11th order was even greater than reaching the 7th realm of time and space. Otherwise, it wouldn't be considered a legendary feat for both Shenhuang and demonic Jade Tower Master to believe that achieving the ultimate by comprehending the chaos rule was the stuff of legends. Apart from the physical body and rule comprehension, Lin Yuan's internal world was also slowly transforming. When he reached the 11th order, the massive chaos void origin he swallowed mostly settled in the depths of his internal world. With Lin Yuan's current life level, he couldn't quickly convert all these chaos void origins into foundation, but he could slowly absorb and transform. When Lin Yuan aimed for the ultimate, all this transformation and accumulation would erupt, propelling him to an unprecedented peak. Just as Lin Yuan was getting accustomed to the immense benefits of the 11th order life level, an official announcement was made by human civilization. It stated that human civilization had given birth to another 11th order evolver. An 11th order evolver, ranked just below the strongest beings, was celebrated by this pinnacle race each time one emerged. Previously, when Nalen broke through to the 11th order, an 11th order gala was held, attracting many forces within human civilization to congratulate. Now, human civilization witnessed the birth of another new 11th order evolver. Initially, many forces within human civilization were curious about which ancient 10th order evolver ascended to this new 11th order, only to discover that this new 11th order was actually the Galaxy Master. From reaching the 6th rank and becoming the peak master of the Red Kuan lineage, to now stepping into the 11th rank. The Galaxy Master had taken merely a few hundred years, less than a millennium. Such astonishing speed of advancement left numerous citizens within human civilization bewildered. The Galaxy Master, he reached the 11th rank? The Black Star Lord was chatting idly with the Lustrous Star Master and other 10th grade beings. Ever since comprehending the pillar-level fusion rule 2nd realm, the Black Star Lord had relaxed, as stepping into the 11th order was just a matter of time. He even often took the stance of a forerunner, encouraging his fellow evolvers of the same layer from before. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 852 The Tremor of Human Civilization. Subscribe please. _2 This includes both the good intentions of the Black Star Lord and reveals a certain self-satisfaction. But what the Black Star Lord never expected was that the Galaxy Master had actually stepped into level 11 before him. Galaxy Master? Level 11? So fast? Surely, He is the strongest genius in the history of human civilization. It's been only about 300 years since the Galaxy Master stepped into 10th rank. How did he cultivate? Many 10th rank evolvers of Class A immediately began to discuss animatedly. With the talent and aptitude that the Galaxy Master had shown, these many Class A 10th rankers had no doubt about his advancing into level 11. If the strongest genius in the history of human civilization couldn't step into level 11, then other evolvers might as well not bother. But wasn't this speed too fast? In less than 300 years, not only did he deduce a pillar-level fusion rule, but he also elevated it to the second realm. All Class A 10th rankers were immensely shocked. What they didn't know was that the Galaxy Master didn't step into level 11 by deducing some pillar-level fusion rule to second realm. Instead, it was through the unprecedented accumulation of the sixth realm of spacetime, as well as the many peak sixth realm pillar-level fusion rules, that he forcefully ascended to level 11. Just by initially stepping into level 11, Lin Yuan was above all others at level 11. Even those at the perfect level 11 with the most powerful weapons could only hope to save their own lives in front of him. I even told the Galaxy Master to wait for me at level 11? The Black Star Lord, seeing the discussion among the many Class A 10th rankers, recalled what he once said to the Galaxy Master, and suddenly felt a bit embarrassed. The Black Star Lord could assure himself that he had said so from the bottom of his heart, without any intention to show off. Who could have anticipated the Galaxy Master would cultivate so quickly? The Black Star Lord's original intention was to wait for the Galaxy Master at level 11. But now, it had turned into the Galaxy Master waiting for him at level 11. Central Star Field of Human Civilization, a gigantic planet. This planet belonged to the Xia family, a vital stronghold of humanity's Xia family, where many important members of the Xia family, as well as that level 11 elder of the Xia family, resided. Inside a certain manor, Xia Karen was spending time with Lin Yi. After their marriage, they had moved to live on this planet, which was also a symbol of core clan member status within the Xia family. The elder wants to see me? Xia Karen suddenly received the message and his heart tightened instantly. The level 11 elder of the human Xia family held a revered position, and direct descendants like Xia Karen, theoretically speaking, wouldn't have the chance to see the elder from birth until death. But because of his association with Lin Yi, Xia Karen had the fortune to be summoned by the elder twice on his own. Once, when it was known that he was involved with the sister of the Galaxy Master, and a second time on the eve of his marriage to Lin Yi. These were the only 2 times Xia Karen had been summoned by the elder. And now this was the 3rd time. What could the elder want to see me for? Xia Karen was quite nervous in his heart. Being summoned by the elder did not necessarily mean good news. It could be said that most of the Xia family members summoned by the elder were for bad reasons, having to face the elder's wrath and punishment. Don't worry. It shouldn't be anything major, Lin Yi reassured from beside him. Let's hope. Xia Karen's expression was somber as he stood up and headed toward the palace where the elder was in seclusion. Before long, Xia Karen walked out from the palace, his face full of bewilderment. This time the elder of the Xia family had summoned him. It wasn't for something bad. Rather, it was a good thing, a great good thing. Xia Karen had never seen the lofty elder of the Xia family show such a cordial side to himself. Before today, the elder's 2 summonses to him had only slightly expressed his concern, as well as the importance placed on that Galaxy Master. But just now, Xia Karen faintly sensed that the elder of the Xia family was relieved, and all of this was because the Galaxy Master has stepped into level 11? Xia Karen recalled the news he had received from the elder. Although it was almost inevitable for the Galaxy Master to step into level 11, the fact that he did so in less than 300 years meant that the potential capability and talent of the Galaxy Master were even above everyone's estimations. And the Galaxy Master, having stepped into level 11, has officially become part of the decision-making echelon just below the strongest of human civilization. In terms of status, not in the least bit inferior to the Xia family's old ancestor, and even the future of the Galaxy Master is expected to be much more dazzling and bright than that of the Xia family. Inside the manor, my brother, he has become a level 11? Lin Yi received this news from Xia Kern's mouth and was somewhat stunned. For Lin Yi now, Lin Yuan has become a spiritual pillar, but stepping into level 11? Wasn't that too fast? Before she was engaged to marry Xia Karen, Lin Yi might not have been so shocked. But the more she interacted with him, the more she realized what this meant. The old ancestor personally told me, it can't be false. Xia Karen swallowed hard, and even at this moment, the shock in his heart had not yet subsided. My disciple has stepped into level 11. The Chikuan Star Lord was at the Chikuan main star, casually guiding the various peak masters. After stepping into the 9th realm, the Chikuan Star Lord's ability to teach disciples had improved a lot, and consequently, 2 peak masters stepped into the 7th realm. But now, having received news of Lin Yuan stepping into level 11, a look of emotion immediately surfaced on the Chikuan Star Lord's face. All of them were his disciples, yet these peak masters were still racking their brains on how to break through to the 7th realm, and Lin Yuan, the youngest 13th peak master, has already stepped into level 11? What? Little junior brother has stepped into level 11? Teacher, this is great news. Level 11? How long has it been? Our little junior brother's talent is too freakish. One after another, the peak masters couldn't help but cry out in astonishment. A 10th rank evolver? That was an existence so powerful they couldn't even look up to. A happy event. Indeed, a joyous occasion. The Chikuan Star Lord's face revealed a smile, while his heart was delighted. Thanks to the Galaxy Master, who was his disciple, the Chikuan Star Lord had no idea how much face he had gained in front of his friends. The 9th and 10th rank evolvers from every major star domain of human civilization were extremely envious and jealous of the Chikuan Star Lord. To this, the Chikuan Star Lord's explanation was, I couldn't help it. I just accepted the Galaxy Master. And when luck comes, you can't even block it. When the Galaxy Master was at the 10th rank, he had already made many 9th and 10th rank evolvers go green with envy, and now that the Galaxy Master had stepped into level 11, the Chikuan Star Lord could already predict that he would be subjected to his good friend's rebukes. Lin Yuan's stepping into level 11 not only influenced the scope of human civilization. The peak powers of each major peak group in the cosmic starry skies also received the news at the first moment. In a desolate starry sky, several towering figures converged. The human civilization's Galaxy Master has stepped into level 11? How could this be such a coincidence? Just after that human evolver who failed in the ultimate challenge. All of these towering figures were from the insect race and the Tianyu clan's strongest members, who have gathered together at this moment, discussing this matter. Too coincidental. The timing of the Galaxy Master stepping into level 11 was too coincidental. So coincidental that these strongest beings couldn't help but speculate. Could it be that the Galaxy Master is that evolver who failed in the ultimate challenge? A few of the strongest exchanged glances, the unthinkable idea crossing their minds. Impossible. The Galaxy Master has only just stepped into level 11. How could that cause the level of Chaos Void origin infusion? Immediately, some of the strongest objected. Although the timing was close, it was just that, close, and upon closer thought they realized how outrageous it actually was. The attempt to break into level 11 and the ultimate challenge were not the same thing. It's true. Maybe we are overthinking it. The rest of the strongest nodded slightly. Their speculation had no concrete evidence and was only based on conjecture. However, even if the Galaxy Master is not related to that evolver who failed in the ultimate challenge, the Galaxy Master who has stepped into level 11 will probably become quite a problem. The opening of an ultra-large-scale battlefield is imminent, and we must think of a way to deal with the Galaxy Master. These towering figures communicated with one another. The starry sky races, upon hearing the Galaxy Master's advancement to level 11, were all in shock and emotion. The level 11 rank already stands at the pinnacle of the universe, just below the strongest beings. The name of Lin Yuan also shook the starry heavens for the first time. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 853 Opening the Path. Dominating Chaos. Please subscribe. With my current physical body, soul, and the world within me, it is conceivable to barely bear the will of the mind. On the Milky Way main star, Lin Yuan sat cross-legged, thinking to himself. At level 10, the will index of the mind reached more than 3 million points. Such a terrifying will of the mind, measured on a level 10 life. It's like pouring 100 or 1,000 cups of water into a single cup. The cup cannot bear so much water and will naturally overflow. This was also the reason why Xia Qin, a supreme fighter, recognized at first glance that Lin Yuan's mental will was excessive. Logically, the higher the mental will, the harder it should be for others to detect. After all, the power of such mental layers is best at concealing itself. But now, after stepping into level 11, Lin Yuan had undergone a transformation, significantly enhancing his physical body, soul, and inner world, although still unable to match the mental will index of over 33 million points. It is much better than during level 10, at least under concealment. It can deceive the perception of level 12 supreme fighters. Between level 12 supreme fighters, they understand each other and disdain to conceal their mental will, but Lin Yuan is not level 12. It doesn't matter if his own human civilization's supreme fighters see through him, but it is not good if those supreme fighters from other races notice Lin Yuan's strong mental will. After all, it's best to keep one's trump cards hidden. Lin Yuan's announcement of stepping into level 11 was also in preparation for entering the supersized battlefield. And merely announcing the entrance to level 11? That hardly counts as revealing his trump cards, for Lin Yuan's real strength is far beyond the perfect level 11. The supersized battlefield will be established within half a year. Lin Yuan thought to himself. The timing of the subsized battlefield's creation is scarcely known among human civilization's evolvers, but Lin Yuan got explicit information from the supreme fighters. 2 primordial spirits. Lin Yuan's thoughts stirred. His powerful mental will allowed one of his incarnations to defend itself on the large battlefields. Currently on the large battlefield to expedite the accumulation of world-breaking origin force is just one of Lin Yuan's incarnations, which frees up a primordial spirit indeed. It's a pity that the primordial spirit is ultimately a primordial spirit, the chaos void origin, all immersed in the depths of my true Bodhis inner world. Lin Yuan slightly shook his head. Although the will of the true Bodhis primordial spirit is shared, in the case of the chaos void origin's arrival, there are some differences. At least the origin infusion onto the 2 primordial spirits isn't on the same level as the true body. Simply put, the chaos void origin infused in the 2 primordial spirits is far less than that in the true self. But this is also good. Lin Yuan changed his thoughts, his eyes relaxed. If the 2 primordial spirits were like the true self, immersed with a large amount of chaos void origin in their inner worlds, then Lin Yuan would really be reluctant to deploy the primordial spirits. Once a primordial spirit perishes, the immersed massive chaos void origin would also dissipate. Now for Lin Yuan to recondense 2 primordial spirits indeed requires some cost, but just a little, completely bearable. With my current level and realm, I can start cultivating the martial Tao level 11 chapter. Lin Yuan's gaze was profound. Compared to Lin Yuan's own cultivation path, the martial Tao level 11 chapter is as smooth as can be. After all, many of Lin Yuan's conditions cannot be replicated, understanding rules in various other dimensional spaces. The against heavens understanding that leaps to conclusions? Nalan is looking for me? Lin Yuan's mind moved. His consciousness entered the virtual world. Congratulations, Galaxy Master. Nalan appeared. His gaze towards Lin Yuan mixed with complex emotions. Compared to other evolvers who only heard about the feats of the Galaxy Master, over many years of breakthrough, Nalan witnessed the growth of Lin Yuan firsthand. Nalan remembered the first time he met the Galaxy Master was on the Chikuan main star, tasked by the Supreme Fighter Xia Qin to deliver the soul-settling pearl. Back then, how naive was Lin Yuan? Although showing remarkable talent and aptitude in the Chikuan star domain, viewed across the entire human civilization, still quite inconspicuous. Yet, when Nalan later paid attention to Lin Yuan, the latter was already level 9, and under the request of a supreme fighter, the two engaged in a sparring over the rule of time. Nalan lost miserably in that spar. There was absolutely no suspense in his defeat. Because of this crushing defeat, Nalan broke through his shackles and stepped into level 11. But now, how long has it passed? Lin Yuan had also stepped into level 11? Nalan's thoughts were myriad, not feeling any envy whatsoever, because he simply couldn't afford to feel envious. Other evolvers only learned from various reports about the growth rate of the Galaxy Master, while Nalan watched Lin Yuan grow with his own eyes. The shock brought to oneself by the two is entirely different. It's just luck. Lin Yuan waved his hand. You are being humble, Galaxy Master, Nalan sighed. This time, I came to invite the Galaxy Master to participate in a gathering. Nalan got to the point. This gathering, formed by many level 11 evolvers from human civilization, is specifically to celebrate Lin Yuan stepping into level 11. Even in a peak group like human civilization, level 11 evolvers are extremely rare, visibly totaling less than 1,000. Anytime a level 11 evolver is born, there will be a meeting among other level 11 evolvers, especially for someone like Lin Yuan who ascended from the strongest level 10, the historically most genius evolver of human civilization. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 854 Opening the Path. Dominating. Chaos. Please subscribe. _2 No problem. Lin Yuan nodded. The gathering would surely be held in the virtual world, which wouldn't take much time. He could simply send a fragment of his spiritual will to participate. Good. Then I invite you. Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, disappeared. At the same time, an invitation appeared in front of Lin Yuan. Lin Yuan chose to accept. Immediately, he entered a manor. All around him, level 11 evolvers smiled at Lin Yuan. Among these level 11 evolvers, many were familiar faces to Lin Yuan. For instance, the president of the Bilio Association, patriarch of the Shenyuan family, and the patriarch of the Human Xia family, and so on. Most of them he had seen at the level 11 celebration parties hosted by Nalan, the Vice Tower Master. However, Lin Yuan had only heard of most of the level 11 evolvers by name without having personally interacted with them. Ha ha ha! The Galaxy Master has arrived. The patriarch of the Shenyuan family stood up, smiling as he spoke. Following him, the other numerous level 11 evolvers also stood up and greeted Lin Yuan. Soon after, everyone casually sat back down in groups. Those evolvers who were capable of cultivating to the 11th tier were mostly from different eras, and a large part of them originated from the early years of the Starry Sea era, from the long slumber of human civilization. While these evolvers valued the Galaxy Master, they would not make a point of going up to flatter him. Lin Yuan also quietly sat down and started chatting casually with Nalan, the Vice Tower Master. Everyone is discussing the super large-scale battlefields of different races. Lin Yuan observed the conversations of many level 11 evolvers around him, which were all related to the super large-scale battlefields. Such super large-scale wars can only be entered by level 11 evolvers. The battlefields are vast and far exceed any large battlefields opened in the past. Therefore, many level 11 evolvers are discussing how to cooperate with each other on the super large-scale battlefields of different races. Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, said quietly. Although he was a newly promoted level 11 evolver, he had already integrated into the level 11 community and was quite clear about the issues they were concerned with. I see. Lin Yuan nodded. He had already learned about the significance of the super large-scale battlefields of different races from the strongest beings of human civilization. Galaxy Master. At this moment, a tall woman approached, looking at Lin Yuan with curiosity. Pavilion Master Shenyuan Duo, said Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, immediately. Shenyuan Duo. Lin Yuan looked at the tall woman standing before him. He remembered Shenyuan Duo. When he had fallen into the two-dimensional world inside the white paper, Shenyuan Duo was the leader of the level 11 powerhouses of human civilization. At that time, as Shuiyu, Lin Yuan had some contact with her. Shenyuan Duo came from the Shenyuan family, and as the strongest family in human civilization, naturally the Shenyuan family had more than one level 11 evolver. The ancestor often mentions you in our presence, Shenyuan Duo said. The ancestor mentioned by Shenyuan Duo refers to the source of the Shenyuan family's bloodline, the first supreme being at the birth of human civilization. Even a supreme being, who usually wouldn't interfere after establishing a family, would definitely pay great attention to the level 11 descendants within the family. From time to time, a sliver of their spiritual will would descend to give guidance. With the talents and aptitude shown by Lin Yuan, it was no surprise for a supreme being to mention him while instructing descendants. Honored by the supreme being's regard, Lin Yuan said, the ancestor is the strongest among the 9 supreme beings of our human civilization. If he values you, there must be good reason for it. Shenyuan Duo continued to size up Lin Yuan. Shenyuan Supreme, an imposing, albeit hazy figure surfaced in Lin Yuan's mind. Of the 9 supreme beings of human civilization that he had seen a few times, the Shenyuan Supreme was definitely the quietest and least talkative. He hardly ever spoke. But in terms of strength, there was no doubt about the Shenyuan Supreme's capabilities. If we're talking about the Supreme being Xiaqin and the Ancient Power Supreme being on the aggressive end among the 9 human civilization supreme beings, the Void God Ultimate Being is known as the strongest in terms of spatial control. The Feather Butterfly Supreme Being has no match in the realm of illusions. Then, the Shenyuan Supreme is the strongest in all areas without any weaknesses. It was precisely the Shenyuan Supreme who supported human civilization during its most difficult times. It is said that the Shenyuan Supreme has nearly reached the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, couldn't help but say, the pinnacle of the path-splitting realm. Lin Yuan's thoughts drifted. The 9th order is divided into the 10 heavy realm, myriad heavy realm, 100,000 heavy realm, million heavy realm, and the 10 million heavy realm, making up 5 levels. The 10th order also has many levels of division, with the highest being the grade A 10th order. Similarly, the 11th order is divided into 6 tiers, and those at the 6th tier of level 11 perfect can attack the ultimate level at any moment. The 12th order, the ultimate level and domain of the ultimate beings, can also be divided into 3 levels. These are Path-Splitting Realm, Dao Realm, Chaos Realm. Actually, before the Path-Splitting Realm, there is a transitional stage where newly advanced 12th-order beings will be. However, this stage is quickly passed. Soon after reaching the 12th order, a being will open up their own Dao. This is the origin of the Path-Splitting Realm. Opening up one's own Dao is what constitutes the Path-Splitting Realm. After the Path-Splitting Realm comes the Dao Realm and Chaos Realm. The Moyu Tower Master, His Majesty Shen Huang, and other such mighty beings belong to the peak of the Chaos Realm, traversing the Chaos Void and establishing a transcendent power. Reaching the pinnacle of the Path-Splitting Realm is not that easy. Shenyuan Duo slightly shook his head. At the 11th order level, one can access a lot of information about the 12th order domain, including the end of the cosmic era and the calamity of everything collapsing. To survive the end of the universe's destruction, even ultimate beings of the 12th order would have to die in large numbers. To safely make it through, one would at least need the strength of the pinnacle of the Path-Splitting Realm. Below the pinnacle of the Path-Splitting Realm, it's all about luck. During the universe's destruction, each ultimate being faces different pressures, and with good luck, one might survive. As for after the Path-Splitting Realm, in the Dao realm of the 12th order, even in the Chaos Void, such beings are considered mighty, overlooking the void and dominating everything. It's very rare to see the birth of a 12th order being at the pinnacle of the Path-Splitting Realm in a complete cosmic era. Added Pavilion Master Shenyuan Duo. If the Shenyuan clan leader could cultivate to the pinnacle of the Path-Splitting Realm, it would have an unprecedented impact on human civilization. The explosive increase in combat power goes without saying, and at least during the calamity at the end of the universe, this would preserve a large portion of human civilization's elite, smoothly entering the Chaos Void. Lin Yuan already knew much about the precise division of the 12th order levels. Both from the Demon Jade Space and Shenhuang's Secret Realm have records of this aspect. So far, the universe I'm in is still extremely young, having only gone through 1/10 of a cosmic era. As long as nothing unexpected happens, there's still a long time before the end of destruction. Lin Yuan thought to himself, a complete cosmic era, if measured in years, would amount to an unknowable number of billions of years. For beings like the Moyu Tower Master and His Majesty Shen Huang at the peak of the Chaos Realm, they had long abandoned measuring time in units within the universe but instead preferred to measure by cosmic eras. The scale of time is different in the eyes of life at different levels. Lin Yuan, along with Pavilion Master Shen Yuan Duo and Vice Tower Master Nalen, discussed the intelligence concerning the 12th order levels for a while. They soon shifted the topic to the super large-scale battlefields of different races. Galaxy Master, for this opening of the super large-scale battlefield, will you be entering? Casually asked Shen Yuan Duo. I should be going over. Lin Yuan nodded, as this was already discussed and agreed upon with the ultimate beings. Lin Yuan intended to assist human civilization in seizing the initial leadership of the super large-scale battlefields of different races, in the guise of the Seicoming Divine Needle. Of course, this matter is top secret. Should different races become aware, they might develop some targeted measures. That's also true. Shen Yuan Duo nodded and then seemed to think of something. Glancing around at other level 11 evolvers, he isolated their surroundings and whispered, "Nevertheless, be at ease. For this opening of the super large-scale battlefields of different races, our human civilization is not unprepared but has a key trump card. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 855 Lin Yuan in the River of Time. Please subscribe. The key trump card? Nalen. The Vice Tower Master's eyes shone with excitement, immediately piqued with interest. He too would enter the super-large battlefield, and naturally he was very curious about the methods on the side of human civilization. Shen Yuan Duo, backed by a Shen Yuan Supreme, might just be privy to many top-secret pieces of information. Key trump card. Lin Yuan's heart stirred as well. He had discussed many matters concerning the super-large battlefield with Xia Qin, a powerhouse of human civilization. Indeed, some trump cards were prepared, but something that could be called key? There wasn't any, right? Was it told to you by a Shen Yuan Supreme? Nalen, the Vice Tower Master, looked at Shen Yuan Duo with anticipation. No. Shen Yuan Duo shook her head. It's my own guess. Nalen, the Vice Tower Master, was momentarily stunned and took a while to respond. Her own guess? Nalen, you've also experienced the two-dimensional world. You must remember that, Lord? Shen Yuan Duo turned to look at Nalen, the Vice Tower Master. That Lord. Nalen, the Vice Tower Master's face slightly changed. Are you referring to Lord Shuyu? Any human evolutionary who fell into the two-dimensional world would not easily forget the emergence of Lord Shuyu. In fact, not only human evolutionaries, but many powerhouses from the starry sky races are deeply imprinted with the human Shuyu. Since the first opening of the celestial gate in the two-dimensional world, it marked the era of the human Shuyu. Even the most legendary lives at level 11 perfect, including the 4 divine kings who wielded their own ultimate weapons, were oppressed and crushed by Shuyu. After the end of the two-dimensional world, the white paper escaped into the universe, and not just the human civilization, but also races across the starry sky, were all inquiring about Lord Zuyu's whereabouts and information. Unfortunately, there were no clues, but undoubtedly, Shuyu certainly exists, and is suspected to have exited the two-dimensional world, becoming the only survivor among the myriad tribes' powerhouses. The powerhouses of the starry sky races speculated that Shuyu must belong to the group of hidden evolutionaries within human civilization. Otherwise, there would not be a total lack of information. The number of level 11 evolutionaries openly known in human civilization does not exceed 1,000. The 1,000 level 11 evolutionaries mentioned here refers to those known publicly. In truth, human civilization is also cultivating a batch of evolutionaries in the shadows. This is the hidden strength of human civilization. This kind of preparation is not just present in human civilization, but other cosmic race powers also have the same preparations. Are you saying that Lord Shuyu will also enter the super-large battlefield? Nalen, the Vice Tower Master, immediately grasped this, looking at Shen Yuan Duo with enthused eyes. Likely. Such an event that affects the entire universe. Lord Shuyu will surely participate. Shenyuan Dua said, which was also her conjecture. In fact, Shenyuan Dua had also asked the Shenyuan Supreme, but she got no responses. However, she firmly believed that Lord Shuiyu was definitely going to take action in the upcoming super-large battlefield. If Lord Shuiyu takes action, then there's nothing to worry about, Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, stated. Although the super-large battlefield of different races is not the same as the two-dimensional world, where the former allows the unrestrained use of ultimate weapons, even inviting the attention and possible interference of level 12. But given the dominance shown by Lord Shuiyu in the two-dimensional world, even placed into the super-large battlefield of different races, he would undoubtedly belong to the strongest group. At least with Lord Shuiyu present, the odds of human civilization gaining the upper hand would increase. Lin Yuan quietly listened to the exchange between Shenyuan Dua and Nalan, the Vice Tower Master. To a certain degree, Shenyuan Dua wasn't wrong. The Shuiyu from the two-dimensional world was indeed Lin Yuan himself, and he would also participate in the imminent opening of the super-large battlefield. Galaxy Master, in the two-dimensional world, you missed the opportunity to meet with Lord Shuiyu, but during this super-large battlefield, there should still be a chance. Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, looked at Lin Yuan with a smile on his face. Having the chance to meet Lord Shuiyu is not an opportunity every level 11 can have. Shenyuan Dua also chimed in from the side. Neither Shenyuan Dua nor Nalan, the Vice Tower Master, had any idea that the Lord Shuiyu they were talking about was right in front of them. The gathering was only held for half a day. The level 11 evolutionaries briefly interacted and then dispersed one after another. On the Milky Way main star, Lin Yuan opened his eyes. The path-splitting realm. Thoughts about the level 12 path-splitting realm surfaced in Lin Yuan's mind. The essence of the path-splitting realm is the need to pioneer one's own unique Dao. This is the only way to completely stabilize one's level 12 realm. I wonder, what kind of Dao will I pioneer? Lin Yuan was quite curious. Normally, the Dao established by level 12 would have been set during the successful push to the ultimate stage, and the rest would be a matter of progressing step by step. Continue cultivating. Lin Yuan was about to commence his cultivation and Dao enlightenment. Suddenly, just then, a profound and far-reaching fluctuation of space-time arrived from the depths of distant space. That place is... Lin Yuan looked up. The location where the super-large battlefield is being established? Lin Yuan quickly thought to himself. To ensure the just-opened super-large battlefield is sturdy enough to withstand unrestrained fighting from level 11 perfects wielding ultimate weapons. Several Supremes joined forces to drag out dozens of large cosmic secret realms from deeper layers of the void, merging them to make the foundation for the super-large battlefield. According to Xiaqin, the Supreme speculation, the final super-large battlefield established would be highly resilient to battle power, and could even accommodate brief exchanges of level 12 forces. Is this the work of level 12? Lin Yuan keenly felt that this space-time fluctuation, even for those at level 11 perfect of the fifth realm, could only grasp a vague sense. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 856 Lin Yuan in the River of Time. Please subscribe. _2 However, Lin Yuan possessed the comprehension of the sixth realm in time-space. Through the transferred time-space fluctuations, he could faintly reproduce the deep time-space of the distant past where several mighty beings controlled time-space to integrate and refine a vast secret realm. I also possess the comprehension of the sixth realm in time-space, but compared to the true level 12 ultimate, I still lack a lot. At this moment, Lin Yuan also realized this. Although his comprehension of time-space was the same as that of level 12 mighty beings, the foundation of his power was far too different. For blades of the same quality and standard, one wielded by 100 pounds of force and the other by 100 tons of force, the destructive power and potency caused naturally aren't of the same level. Take it slowly. How long have I been cultivating? Although Lin Yuan craved the path-splitting realm and level 12, he also knew that accumulation was the key for his current self. Even though Lin Yuan could already try to break through to ultimate anytime, and his hope of stepping into level 12 was much greater than any level 11 perfected evolver, and by a considerable margin at that. But Lin Yuan would still not rush into it recklessly. Once he began to break through to the ultimate, there would be absolutely no way back. He would either succeed in stepping into level 12 or be erased by the backlash in the River of Time. Lin Yuan didn't know if the Myriad Realms Gate could save his life, but he naturally had to prepare for the worst. The time for the level 11 celebration will be set in a month. Apart from cultivating and comprehending Tao, Lin Yuan also received numerous congratulatory messages, all celebrating his advancement to level 11. Every newly promoted level 11 has to hold a celebration to awe the foreign races. Nalan, when he stepped into level 11, did the same. As a member of human civilization, Lin Yuan naturally could not break this convention. After all, holding a celebration had substantial benefits for Lin Yuan, which were the numerous congratulatory gifts. Hundreds of years ago, when Lin Yuan held his level 10 celebration, he received several millions worth of cubic universe crystals from various forces. Millions of cubic universe crystals for Lin Yuan now naturally weren't significant, but keep in mind, this was only the gift money from the level 10 celebration. Compared to Lin Yuan, who had just stepped into level 10, millions of cubic universe crystals were already a substantial amount. And now, Lin Yuan stepping into level 11, the celebration he would hold for level 11 would definitely surpass the scale, prestige, and number of congratulating forces and gift money of the level 10 celebration. These ceremonial gift monies, for Lin Yuan, who was worried about the vast resources needed to cultivate the Shenhuang physique, were like timely help in the snow. Even if these still couldn't fill all the resources needed to cultivate the Shenhuang physique to level 11 perfect, they at least eased some of Lin Yuan's pressure. The level 11 celebration held by Lin Yuan, no matter from which aspect, far surpassed the one held by Nalan's deputy tower master. There was no alternative. Although both Lin Yuan and Nalan's deputy tower master held level 11 celebrations, the significance the two represented was completely different. The many forces of human civilization might be able to ignore Nalan's deputy tower master, but they dare not offend the galaxy master in the slightest. Nalan, stepping into level 11, his ultimate upper limit is merely level 11 perfect, with a very slight chance of stepping into level 12. But for the galaxy master, there is hope of stepping into level 12. Once the Galaxy Master becomes one of the 12 mighty beings of human civilization in the future, then those forces that didn't come to congratulate today, or say those families who didn't send enough gift money, would probably regret it immensely. Instead of regretting it later, better to make things satisfactory now. This was the thought process of all the major forces of human civilization, therefore leading to the total amount of gift money received by Lin Yuan for this level 11 celebration reached 2 billion cubic universe crystals. Lin Yuan counted the total amount of gift money received, a smile appearing on his face. 2 billion cubic universe crystals, probably comparable to the entire net worth of many ordinary level 11 evolvers. Such a huge amount of universe crystals, exchanged for various resources, with the discounts enjoyed by Lin Yuan as a high-level citizen, could probably push the cultivation progress of the Shenhuang physique significantly forward. 2 billion universe crystals, plus the universe crystals I've saved up over the years, perhaps I can cultivate the Shenhuang physique to a significant completion at level 11? Lin Yuan estimated in his heart. The cultivation of the Shenhuang physique is mainly limited by two aspects. One is the availability of Shenhuang crystals, which Lin Yuan did not lack. The Shenhuang crystal accumulated over the years in the Shenhuang secret realm is completely sufficient, and there are so many Shenhuang beasts, continuously giving birth to new Shenhuang crystals. Thus, the main shackles restricting Lin Yuan's cultivation of the Shenhuang physique are resources. Time passes. In the blink of an eye, 3 months had passed. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan sat cross-legged, the flashes of insight continuously emerging in his mind, pushing the advancement of his rule realms. Great Destruction Rule finally reached the 7th realm. Lin Yuan slowly opened his eyes, a smile appearing on his face. The Great Destruction Rule being a pillar-level fusion rule, the 7th realm is already at the 12th sphere. However, Lin Yuan had already comprehended this pillar-level fusion rule to the peak of the 6th realm at the 10th level. Now stepping into the 11th level, the rate of comprehension skyrocketed. Reaching the 7th realm was to be expected. In fact, over the past 3 months, reaching the 7th realm in pillar-level fusion rules, the Great Destruction rule was not the first. The first pillar-level fusion rule that Lin Yuan reached the 7th realm was the life and death samsara rule. My internal world has expanded again. Lin Yuan's thoughts stirred slightly. His consciousness descended into his internal world. Stepping into the 11th level caused the Chaos Void origin infusion, breaking the shackles limiting Lin Yuan's internal world. Although without the boost from the essence of a 12th level life, Lin Yuan's internal world cannot reach tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of light years. But with no more shackles, every time Lin Yuan improved a step in the rule realm, his internal world noticeably expanded. Furthermore, as time passed, the internal world continuously absorbed the immersed Chaos Void origin, also slowly expanding. However, the speed was too slow, far slower than the fierce expansion caused by the advancement of rule realms. When he first stepped into the 11th level, Lin Yuan's internal world reached 600 billion square miles. Now, with the comprehension of 2 7th realm pillar-level fusion rules, Lin Yuan's internal world has explosively grown to 650 billion square miles, an increase of a full 500 billion square miles in his internal world. With my current level of life essence, I wonder what it would appear like reflected in the river of time? Lin Yuan's thoughts stirred slightly. A cosmic creature, located within the river of time. But one can only descend their consciousness into the river of time after fully comprehending the rule of time, briefly observing the surroundings. Any creature has a corresponding form reflected in the river of time. Normally, the stronger the essence of life, the more enormous the form reflected in the river of time. 10th level life forms in the river of time are already considered small fish, and 11th level life forms are regarded as big fish in the river of time. The stronger the life essence, the larger the body presented in the river of time, capable of venturing deeper into the river of time. With these thoughts, Lin Yuan's consciousness swiftly merged into the river of time. A suppressing, narrow breath rushed towards him. Lin Yuan opened his eyes, looking around. This is an unimaginable river, vast and boundless, with no end in sight. However, at this moment, Lin Yuan's enormous body filled the entire riverbed. Enormous amounts of river water surged forth, unable to shake Lin Yuan's body in the slightest. Too cramped? This thought emerged in Lin Yuan's mind. The previously vast and expansive river of time now seemed barely able to contain him. Whoosh! Lin Yuan's casually twisting body caused the river water to surge, sweeping towards the shore, causing many big fish to retreat in shock, frantically fleeing in other directions. Wuxia world. Site. Co. Since ancient times, revival has been an exclusive method of the 12th layer ultimate. Besides, even the most monstrous 11th layer beings cannot withstand the backlash of revival. Reviving a 7th layer being, Lin Yuan looked towards a slightly larger gray light in the distance. Reviving this gray light, Lin Yuan felt some pressure. He could revive it but would be heavily injured under the backlash of the river of time. Continue going against the current. Lin Yuan interestingly attempted it. An 11th layer being going against the river of time in the river is extremely strenuous, but for Lin Yuan it was relatively easy. The surging waters of the river of time were merely some resistance. Is this the river of time? A newly enlightened 11th layer being, full of excitement, surveyed his surroundings. To comprehend the rule of time among the 11th layer is to belong to the second rank, no longer a newly promoted 11th layer. It's so vast. How to break free from such a vast river of time? This 11th layer being felt both excitement and despair. To reach the 11th layer, one essentially harbors the extravagant hope of breaking into the ultimate 12th layer. But the vast river of time in sight made all 11th layer beings realize how slim their chances of eventually entering the 12th layer were. In the river of time, life essence is reflected, allowing one to clearly perceive the gap between oneself and the entire river of time. This 11th layer being, even slightly going against the river of time, found it very difficult, let alone breaking free from the river of time. Suddenly, at that moment, this newly promoted second-rank 11th layer being suddenly felt a terrifying undercurrent surging from the depths of the river of time. The 11th layer being was severely shaken by this undercurrent, taking a long time to recover. What exactly happened, that undercurrent? The 11th layer being, full of doubts, tried hard to look toward the riverbed. With his life essence, he could clearly see around him for a few tens of meters, but beyond that, it became incredibly blurry. What is that? The 11th layer being tried his best to look toward the depths of the riverbed, and vaguely saw a massive entity occupying the entire riverbed, going against the river of time towards the source. Compared to that vague massive entity, the 11th layer being seemed like an ant. Such a massive form also going against the current. Is it a supreme being? This 11th layer being felt a shock in his heart, sensing something was amiss. Wasn't it said that supreme beings have broken free from the binds of the river of time? Why are they still in the river of time? On the banks of the river of time, a towering figure faintly sensed something, looking down at the vast waters. This towering figure was naturally a 12th layer ultimate, slightly puzzled as he observed the river of time, feeling the surging waters were more tumultuous than usual. What could be the reason? The towering figure slightly furrowed his brow, but took no further action. Wuxia World. Site. Co. Chapter 858 The Confidence of Tuoba Ancient God. Please subscribe. _2 The 12th layer breaks free from the shackles of the time river. But that does not mean control over the time river. In fact, the 12th layer has a very low perception of the time river. Resurrecting past deceased beings requires using the imprint of life as a coordinate, which illustrates this point. The key here is that once the 12th layer escapes the time river, if they touch the river water again, it will bring a great hidden danger to their own foundational Tao, and there's even the possibility of becoming bound by the time river once more. Even the strongest beings are extremely cautious when resurrecting past lives, touching the water only to release it immediately. Is there a problem with the flow of time in a certain space? The towering figure speculated in his heart. A surplus of tumult in the time river is most likely due to a difference in the flow of time in a certain area of the main universe compared to the surrounding mainstream flow of time. Different time flows manifest in the time river like reefs. The larger the area affected by the different flow of time, and the greater its difference from the mainstream flow, the larger the reef will be, thereby affecting other areas of the time river and creating tumultuous undercurrents. Whose ultimate technique is this? The towering figure idly pondered. A deviation in time flow over such a wide area could only be the work of a peer at the 12th layer. In the time river, with my current essence of life, I can at most resurrect a life of the 7th layer. Resurrecting an 8th layer life, I wouldn't survive the time river's backlash. Lin Yuan concluded after many attempts. The backlash of the time river can only be countered by the essence of life itself. No external object would be useful. At least now, I also have certain traits of the strongest. Lin Yuan said with a smile on his face. Although he can't compare with those strong enough to easily resurrect level 11 lives, Lin Yuan has at least achieved what only the strongest can do. Let's go back. Lin Yuan began to follow the time river back to the current time node. Staying in the past time node for a long time means constant exposure to the time river's currents. Even though Lin Yuan could withstand this for a long time, being within his own time node is the most comfortable. At the Milky Way main star, Lin Yuan's consciousness returned. The numerous attempts within the time river gave Lin Yuan a more concrete grip on his own abilities. At the very least, up to this point, all lives within the time river are far inferior in essence to him. While moving against the current, Lin Yuan had also caught a distant glimpse of those legendary perfect level 11 beings, but compared to himself, they didn't even measure up to a toe. There is still a big gap with the strongest. Continue cultivating. Lin Yuan gathered his thoughts, ready to comprehend the rules. Lin Yuan's heart stirred, then a smile appeared. All three of the ultimate weapons have been successfully refined. In the Shenhuang secret realm, Lin Yuan's Taiyang divine spirit sat cross-legged. In front of him, three weapons hovered slowly. A silver battle saber, a golden armor, and a deep aqua pearl. They are respectively the ultimate weapon for offense, the ultimate weapon for material defense, and the ultimate weapon for soul defense. In Lin Yuan's original plan, it would probably have taken years to successfully refine these three ultimate weapons. But stepping into the level 11 caused Lin Yuan's overall power to skyrocket, which resulted in the speed of refining the ultimate weapon soaring, and in the end, it took only a few months to refine these three ultimate weapons. With these three ultimate weapons, my strength will once again receive a substantial boost. Lin Yuan nodded slightly, reassessing him in terms of combat power. The combat power of a regular perfect level 11 is at 10. After Lin Yuan stepped into level 11, his combat power was 10,000. Now, with both pillar-level fusion rules reaching the 7th realm, plus the successful refinement of these three ultimate weapons, Lin Yuan's final combat power could potentially reach tens of thousands or even 100,000. It's worth noting that even the combat power threshold of the 12th layer strongest beings is only around 1 million. If I use the physical body divine ability world and directly explode my world, perhaps the short-term power could reach 200,000 to 300,000? Lin Yuan thought rapidly, the divine ability world being the fifth kind of his physical body divine abilities, a purely offensive skill. It is also one of Lin Yuan's most powerful trump cards. Not even the power of ultimate weapons can compare to the instant power unleashed by the divine ability world. It's not that the supreme weapon is ineffective, but that Lin Yuan cannot fully unleash the supreme weapon's upper limits. Normally, in the hands of a 12th layer wielder, a supreme weapon can burst forth with a might exceeding 1,000,000. Whoosh! Lin Yuan held the silver battle saber, gently slicing through space. A pitch-black rift appeared, faintly revealing layers upon layers of the outer void. Once the preliminary refinement of the supreme weapon was completed, Lin Yuan could, if he wished, easily tear open the Shenhuang secret realm. Milky Way main star. Lin Yuan had tested the might of the supreme weapon, especially the offensive weapon, the silver battle saber, and was quite satisfied in his heart. However, he immediately resumed his cultivation. Even though the supreme weapon greatly enhanced Lin Yuan's combat power, it was after all an external item. Lin Yuan wished to be strong in himself, to possess a might that rivaled the Supremes with the help of the supreme weapon. Time passed by. In the blink of an eye, for months had gone by. The super-large battlefield has opened. Lin Yuan stopped his cultivation and looked at the source of the space-time fluctuations he had sensed. Ever since the super-large battlefield was established, Lin Yuan could constantly feel the space-time fluctuations emanating from there. And just now, these fluctuations suddenly stilled. This signified that the space-time of the super-large battlefield had become completely stable. Super-large battlefield. Lin Yuan's thoughts flickered slightly, and his Taiyang divine spirit stepped forth, instantly heading towards the Xiaoyu evolution tower. The super-large battlefield was the highest rule-based battlefield established so far by many pinnacle species. It could withstand the brief clashes of 12th layer beings, and it was more than capable of accommodating 11th layer powerhouses wielding supreme weapons to fight unrestrainedly. The super-large battlefield was complete. Human civilization began to signal 11th layer evolvers, gathering the vast majority of the evolutionists around the 9 major evolution towers as the core. Although the 9 supremes of human civilization were all aware of Lin Yuan's strength, that he could overwhelm a level 11 perfect, they had also made other preparations. On the face of it, the super-large battlefield appeared to be a slaughter among 11th layer powerhouses, but in the shadows, it was a collision between the ultimate existences of the 12th layer. Many supreme weapons, and even the ultimate existences, the contingencies left behind by the Supremes. In theory, Supremes were not allowed to enter the fray themselves. But in actuality, nobody knew for sure. The so-called rules of the super-large battlefield were all personally established by the Supremes. If things really escalated, the Supremes intervening was still a possibility. Of course, this possibility was slim, as most Supremes valued their reputation and would not break the rules they had set unless absolutely necessary. Within the insect race territory, Tuoba Ancient God and a group of 11th layer ancients emerged from a space within the insect race. Tuoba, your avatar has yet to complete cultivation. Do you intend to enter the giant interracial battlefield with your true self? Another ancient god looked at Tuoba Ancient God and couldn't help but speak. With the establishment of the super-large battlefield, the Insect Race Alliance placed immense importance on it, not only commanding the Alliance's many 11th layer powerhouses to participate but also paying a great price to invite solitary 11th layer wanderers. Tuoba Ancient God was one of them. Tuoba Ancient God had no intention of dying for the insect race, but what the insect race offered was too much. Although reaching the 5th tier of the 11th rank could challenge the ultimate, the hope was slim, and certainly reaching perfection was best. If it were not for the opening of this large-scale battlefield, the insect race would not have released that treasure. Tuoba Ancient God knew well that this opportunity might only come once for him. That's why Tuoba Ancient God risked sending his true self and accepted the insect race's invitation. Even without my help, the insect race is likely to gain an advantage on the battlefield, Tuoba Ancient God silently thought. As one of the peak races of the universe, there is no need to speak of the insect race's foundations. Previously, in the two-dimensional world, all extraordinary powers were suppressed, causing the insect race's ability to breed insect race warriors to suffer unprecedented weakening. Thus, in the two-dimensional world, the presence of the insect race wasn't strong. But on the cosmic battlefields, that was the main battlefield of the insect race, where they could freely breed powerful insect race warriors. They could even breed billions upon billions of insect race warriors in advance and then take them into battle. Tuoba Ancient God even felt that by just coasting in the battlefield, he could obtain the treasure he longed for. If I encounter that human Shuiyu again on the battlefield, they'll just retreat. Tuoba Ancient God had no thoughts of revenge. In his view, human Shuiyu was very likely a human civilization's 11th level perfected evolver. In this large-scale battlefields of different races, human Shuiyu would surely wield a supreme weapon, and there was no need for him to compete against such an adversary, even if he had the means to save himself. I heard that the Galaxy Master has also stepped into 11th rank. Thinking about human Shuiyu, Tuoba Ancient God then thought of the Galaxy Master, knowing that his current predicament was largely thanks to the Galaxy Master. If it weren't for the Galaxy Master's rapid progress, causing Tuoba Ancient God to feel threatened, he wouldn't have agreed to join the large-scale battlefield, and thus wouldn't have been sucked into the two-dimensional world by white paper. To reach 11th rank in such a short time, Tuoba Ancient God couldn't help feeling envious. As a special life form nurtured by the cosmic starry skies, Tuoba's talents and aptitude were beyond question. But compared with the Galaxy Master, he was undoubtedly outshone, as the Galaxy Master had only taken a few hundred years to reach the 10th rank, while he had spent tens of millions to billions of years to step into the 11th rank. Such rapid progress, the foundation must not be solid, and the hopes of reaching the ultimate are slim. Tuoba Ancient God's eyes narrowed slightly. If I encounter him on the large-scale battlefield this time, I might give him a profound lesson. The Galaxy Master stepping into the 11th rank was not entirely bad news. At least Tuoba Ancient God felt that the other party was very likely to join the large-scale battlefields of different races. If the Galaxy Master was only at rank 10, under the protection of human civilization, there would be no chance for him to make contact with him. But now, Tuoba Ancient God had an opportunity. Tianyu clan territory. At the highest point, the towering ancestral figures of the Tianyu feathered race looked down below. One after another, Tianyu clan's 11th rank godlords stood tall, desiring to gain control of the large-scale battlefield, representing many benefits to be reaped. Russell, a heavenly lord with 20 pairs of wings on her back appeared, a woman of perfect appearance with a holy aura, wearing a saintly crown on her head. This large-scale battlefield, Our Tianyu clan will surely not disappoint the ancestors. The perfectly comely woman was named Tianyu Meng. Being able to have Tianyu as a surname indicated the most noble bloodline, carrying the blood of the very first ancestor. Be wary of the Yu clan. The first ancestor from the highest point spoke, his voice a thunderous roar. Yes. Tianyu Meng nodded. She was the most promising member of the Tianyu clan to strive for the ultimate existence. Her bloodline originated from the very first ancestor, and this time she carried with her the tribal guardian weapon of the Tianyu clan, the angelic crown. Tianyu Meng had already planned to make her mark in the grand-scale battlefields of different races. Even among the most powerful weapons, the angelic crown was considered top-notch. It was forged from a treasure that fell into the cosmos shortly after the first ancestor of the Tianyu clan was born. Only someone like Tianyu Meng, with the blood of the first ancestor flowing in her veins, could refine such a formidable weapon. No one else, not even a level 11 perfect, could achieve such a feat consequently. The might of the angelic crown was immense, surpassing that of the other powerful weapons. The power Tianyu Meng could unleash with it was also higher than other 11th level perfect wielders of such weapons. The insect race and the Tianyu clan made many arrangements and strategic plans for the grand-scale battlefield. The Yu clan, the Star Alliance, and other peak forces did the same, as the outcome of the grand-scale battlefield would determine the division of resource enclaves within the universe for the next several million years. Every clan and force attached great importance to it. Xia Yu Evolution Tower. Lin Yuan's Taiyang divine spirit hurried over. At this moment, the place was already filled with numerous 11th level evolvers, all under the command of Xia Qin, the supreme powerhouse. The 9 evolution towers of human civilization each control a portion of the evolvers, making them factions of sorts. Of course, within human civilization, due to the constraints set by the 3 goddesses and the guidance of the 9 powerhouses, there were hardly any significant struggles. All contradictions and conflicts were resolved at the very beginning. Who is that? It's the Galaxy Master. The Galaxy Master has come too. As soon as Lin Yuan entered the Xia Yu Evolution Tower, he drew the attention of many 11th level evolvers, most of whom had seen him at a gathering not long before. Galaxy Master. Nalan, the deputy master of the tower, flew over and greeted Lin Yuan. Are there many level 11s you don't recognize? Nalan asked in a low voice, pulling Lin Yuan aside. Yes. Lin Yuan nodded. Anyone who reached the status of an 11th level evolver was essentially a highly influential figure within human civilization and would have celebrated an 11th level ceremony. Even if Lin Yuan had not taken part, he had at least heard of them. These 11th level evolvers have been secretly trained by the supreme powerhouses, Nalan said, having only found out himself not long ago. I see. Lin Yuan nodded. His gaze swept over the many 11th level evolvers, and he could faintly sense the presence of powerful weapons surging within some of them. Once an evolver reached the 5th category of level 11, human civilization would typically equip them with a powerful weapon. Of course, it was alone, and upon returning from the grand-scale battlefield, they would need to return it to human civilization. Xia Qin, the supreme powerhouse, had once asked Lin Yuan if he needed a powerful weapon, but Lin Yuan declined. The so-called powerful weapons, Lin Yuan already had quite a few. Refining a few more would not significantly enhance his strength. Rather than wasting them on Lin Yuan, it would be better to equip another 11th level 5th category evolver with one. Next, one after another, 11th level evolvers came up to greet Lin Yuan. Everyone was an evolver from the Xia Yu Evolution Tower, and it was natural for them to be close to one another. Time passed. Another month flew by in the blink of an eye. A majestic figure condensed, and the oppressive presence of a supreme powerhouse spread out. Supreme powerhouse. All 11th level evolvers in the area stood up and looked towards the newly appeared Xia Qin, the supreme powerhouse. The time is nearly upon us. Xia Qin, the supreme powerhouse, looked around and said, I don't need to elaborate on the importance of the grand-scale battlefield. Now I will make some assignments. After saying this, Xia Qin paused for a moment before continuing. All 11th level evolvers of Xia Yu Evolution Tower will follow the command of one person in the battlefield. In wars between clans, except for the formidable level 12s, everyone else must obey commands, and only through such organization can they exert their greatest strength. Galaxy Master. This required an immense foundation. Even combined efforts of Peak Force's supreme beings took almost half a year to complete. In reality, the creation of this super-large battlefield took more than just half a year. Long ago, major forces had plans to develop such a battlefield. Since then, they've been preparing for this. Swish, swish, swish. Xia Qin, along with many 11th level evolvers, appeared, and soon dozens of distinctly different presences approached. Greetings to Supreme Xia Qin. These dozens of presences, profound and spanning a depth, were 11th level beings, not human evolvers, but those from different races serving under human civilization and independent 11th level entities from starry sky races and so on. As a peak race, human civilization, sprawling across the cosmic starry skies, naturally attracts a large number of strong beings. Hence, human civilization is also known as the Human Civilization Alliance. Upon entering the battlefield, everyone follows the orders of the Galaxy Master. Xia Qin, with a calm tone, gave a casual command. Yes. Dozens of 11th level from different races were inwardly startled. They had of course heard of the renown of the Galaxy Master, but they didn't expect Xia Qin to entrust him with such a heavy responsibility, and it seemed not only those different 11th level races but all evolvers of 11th level from Xiaoyu Evolution Tower were to obey the Galaxy Master. Could Xia Qin be overly favoring this newly promoted 11th level? Many 11th level different races evolvers were wavering in thought, but they didn't dare to defy the command of the Supreme. 52 11th level from different races in total. Lin Yuan glanced at them and took note. Originally, Xiaoyu Evolution Tower's 11th level evolvers numbered 143. Including these 52 from different races, the total count of 11th level strong beings affiliated with Xiaoyu Evolution Tower nears 200. Lin Yuan looked up and saw the other 8 evolution towers of human civilization nearby. The 9 evolution towers of human civilization had similar strength. Xiaoyu Evolution Tower gathered nearly 200 11th level strong beings, so the other 8 towers were probably of similar count. All 11th level strong beings from the 9 evolution towers together would likely reach 1,800. Human civilization has openly less than 1,000 11th level evolvers. Now, with these 1,800, almost half are from different races. Some are 11th levels secretly fostered by human civilization. 1,800 11th levels. Lin Yuan gazed further into the distance. Just from the human civilization side, the deployment reached this number. Then, combining all 11th levels from all peak forces, wouldn't there be tens of thousands? Tens of thousands of 11th levels. Surviving under the targeting of the universe's origin rules and growing, how terrifying is that? Currently, the Robber clan had only 2 12th layer ultimates, the fewest among the 12 peak ethnic groups, yet there was no ethnic group power willing to provoke the Robber clan. Robber clan? Lin Yuan's thoughts expanded. Surviving from the last cosmic era to this one. Even for 12th layer ultimates, it was impossible. The universe collapses and is destroyed, and supreme beings barely have time to escape towards the chaos void as best they can. Remaining in the universe to face endless destructive power? The only existence Lin Yuan knew of that could survive one cosmic era after another was the Shenhuang Secret Realm. The Shenhuang Secret Realm was thoroughly integrated into the universe's origin, and its collapse would not affect the realm. But the Shenhuang Secret Realm was the handiwork of the Chaos Realm's Shenhuang. And the Shenhuang beast within it couldn't enter the cosmic starry skies, yet the Robber clan could roam the universe? Time slowly passed. Days went by. Outside the super-large battlefield, towering presences appeared one after another, the 12th layer ultimates from other peak ethnic powers arriving. Almost time to enter the battlefield, Xia Qin's supreme being looked towards the many level 11 strong ones. You all should be clear about the rules within the battlefield by now, right? Regarding the rules inside the super large battlefield, Xia Qin's supreme being had explained in detail before they arrived. Any level 11 strong ones entering the super large battlefield would arrive at the fringe areas of the battlefield. The fringe area consisted of 333 regions, and in some part of each area, there was a space-time path. Once entering this space-time path, one could proceed to the core area of the battlefield. Outside this space-time path, there was a spatial temporal maze, and only by passing through this maze could one reach the space-time path. The space-time path in each region had a limit on the number of entries. It would close upon admitting 100 level 11s. In other words, to enter the space-time path and reach the core area of the battlefield, one had to compete with other 11s within the same area. Only the first 100 could proceed to the battlefield's core area. Ordinarily, the level 11 strong ones arriving in the fringe areas were randomly placed, thus introducing an element of luck. If some 11s from the same clan or alliance landed in the same fringe area, they could work together to enter the space-time path securely. Alternatively, if many with supreme weapons landed in a particular area, then some spots for entering the space-time path would be internally decided. For the remaining 11s to get in, they would face escalating fierce competition. To the peak ethnic groups, the real battles on the super-large battlefield were in the core area. As for the fringe areas, they were just appetizers before the real fight. Of the 333 fringe areas, in the area where the Galaxy Master is present, all level 11s from the Human Civilization Alliance follow the Galaxy Master's orders. Xia Qin's supreme being reiterated one last time. All level 11s from the Human Civilization Alliance? Among the different races 11s, some strong characters took note of the prefix Xia Qin's supreme being mentioned. It referred to level 11s from the Human Civilization Alliance and not those from the Xia Yu Evolution Tower. Wuxia World. Site. Co. The figure clad in black armor, who was from the prison tribe, grinned and said, "But with me here, among the 100 spots on the space-time path, my prison tribe will secure 12. This prison tribe warrior, at the 5th tier of level 11, wielded a supreme weapon. Among the tens of thousands of level 11 from the 12 peak tribes, only several hundred to 1,000 qualified to wield supreme weapons. Distributed across the 330 edge regions, there may only be 1 or 2 warriors of this level in each region. Therefore, the prison tribe warrior was very confident that with a supreme weapon, he believed himself to stand at the pinnacle of the tens of thousands of level 11, with only those level 11 who also held supreme weapons posing a threat to him." Wuxia World. Site. Co. The Galaxy Master of Human Civilization can perform spatial transposition within the battlefield. It wasn't long before the Supreme Beings noticed this, showing a hint of surprise on their faces. According to the standards they set for this super-large battlefield, it's basically impossible for any level 11 life form to achieve spatial transposition on their own. It seems human civilization has put in a lot of effort for this Galaxy Master, granting him an artifact that can force a transposition. One of the insect queens scoffed coldly, glancing at the supreme beings of the human civilization. Inside the super-large battlefield, any level 11 powerhouse, even a level 11 perfect, cannot perform spatial transposition on their own. But with the aid of a certain spatial artifact, this restriction can be broken. However, such spatial artifacts are very rare, especially for newly advanced level 11 individuals like the Galaxy Master to be able to use them, which is even rarer. Any artifact, when reaching a certain level, requires one to meet a standard for use. For instance, to refine a supreme weapon, at the very least, there needs to be the understanding of the 5th realm. The same goes for using an artifact that can force a transposition. To use it without meeting the standard or to lower the requirements, the artifact itself must be exceedingly precious. What business do you insect race have with human affairs? Xia Qin, one of the supreme beings, glanced at the insect queen dismissively in response. In reality, Xia Qin was quite puzzled in his heart. He remembered not having granted Lin Yuan an artifact that could force a transposition. Xia Qin had had the idea to grant such an artifact, but it was refused by Lin Yuan. Could it be that, in the two-dimensional world, he obtained some special spatial marvel? Xia Qin speculated in his heart. He was aware of Lin Yuan achieving many marvels in the two-dimensional world but didn't ask in detail, as after all, they were Lin Yuan's own gains. Super-large battlefield worlds, where many spacetimes are isolated, make it difficult for even level 12 mightiest ones to see through all spatial fluctuations. Thus, many ultimate level 12 beings are unable to judge whether Lin Yuan's spatial transposition ability originates from himself or from some spatial treasure. But based on Lin Yuan's initial entrance into level 11, the subconscious inference was that it was with the help of a special spatial treasure that he managed to accomplish all this. Even Xia Qin, the mightiest one, thinks so. Although he had personally witnessed the commotion when Lin Yuan advanced to level 11, Xia Qin, the mightiest one, had never considered that this Galaxy Master's comprehension of spacetime had reached the 6th realm, which could compete with the mightiest. With his strength, if he went all out, these foreign 11-rank beings wouldn't stand a chance at all. But doing so, revealing too much strength, risks frightening the true powerhouses of the various peak species forces in the core area of the battlefield. As a result, those true powerhouses, avoiding Lin Yuan in the core area of the battlefield, might even choose to withdraw from this extra-large battlefield's contention. Fine, I'll play along with you. Lin Yuan's thoughts stirred slightly, and the Xianhuang force field engulfing all directions began to slowly contract. Wuxia world. Site. Co. He not only failed to enter the core area of the battlefield, achieving nothing, but also lost the ultimate weapon. Why is that Galaxy Master's strength so terrifying? After a fit of rage, Ming Che felt a chill in his heart. Lin Yuan's strength was too horrifying, and even if he had also relied on external forces, forcing him to exhaust his ultimate weapon to its last, was beyond anyone's imagination. The Galaxy Master is definitely not a novice at the 11th tier. He must have reached at least the 5th realm in his comprehension of spacetime. Otherwise, it would not be possible to impose such a suppression on spacetime that even I am unable to escape. Ming Che took a deep breath. Too terrifying. Ming Che felt a bit stifled. Knowing earlier that the Galaxy Master had such power, he would have fled at the first opportunity, in front of the spacetime path. Lin Yuan glanced at the spoils of war. The bodies of many alien 11th-tiered beings were all turned into the most primal force by Lin Yuan's primal force, then used as nourishment for cultivating his Xianhuang physique. The bodies of those at the 11th tier contained unimaginable amounts of energy. Even for Lin Yuan, they were quite a boost. Besides, Lin Yuan also gained an ultimate weapon, that black axe, as well as hundreds of various treasures. Waiting for half a day, and this is the income. It's quite worthwhile. A smile appeared on Lin Yuan's face. Aside from the ultimate weapon and many treasures, just the essence energy contained within the 100 or 200 alien 11th tier bodies, if converted into cosmic rare resources, would be measured in tens and hundreds of billions of cosmic crystals. Not to mention an ultimate weapon of incalculable value. Although Lin Yuan already had tens of ultimate weapons, nearly 100-odd items garnered from the two-dimensional world were mostly made of 12-star rare materials. But that certainly does not mean that the ultimate weapons are worthless. What are you all dawdling for? Lin Yuan glanced at the few 11th-tier powerhouses of the Human Civilization Alliance standing in a corner, trembling with fear, afraid to speak. From the beginning till now, Lin Yuan was using the Xianhuang force field, secretly protecting these 11th-tier powerhouses of the Human Civilization Alliance to prevent them from being killed by the aftermath of the force field. Although Lin Yuan was decisively lethal against 11th-tier aliens, he was quite amiable towards his own people. Galaxy Master, what should we do now? What should we do now? The several 11th-tier powerhouses of the Human Civilization Alliance finally mustered the courage to ask from the corner. Enter the space-time path. Leaving this message behind, Lin Yuan stepped into the space-time path's entrance, and his figure disappeared from the spot. Chapter 866 Accidental Encounter. Please subscribe. Outside the mega battlefield. One by one, the 12th layer ultimate beings are also paying attention to every little thing that happens on the battlefield. Ha ha ha! The first powerhouse to reach the core area battlefield is from our Tianyu clan. Being the first to arrive doesn't mean having the advantage. The core area battlefield is vast. There is no significant difference between the first arrival and the last. The many 12th layer ultimate beings discussed and talked among themselves. The core area battlefield is the true stage of this mega battlefield, and only the 11th layer powerhouses who enter the core area battlefield are genuinely participating in the clash of cosmic pinnacle ethnic power. The Galaxy Master from the Human Civilization Alliance? He didn't enter the space-time passage but sat down there instead? No. How is the Galaxy Master this powerful? As Lin Yuan began to slaughter many alien 11th layers, the expressions of the 12th layer ultimate beings gradually changed. It's not that the 11th layers of various races killed by Lin Yuan were that important, but the newly advanced 11th layer Galaxy Master having such power? You humans, the price you paid to nurture this Galaxy Master was not small. It must have consumed quite a bit of the origin of the Void Realm world, right? Otherwise, how could the Galaxy Master have such a high understanding of spacetime within such a short time? The replication of spacetime origin fluctuations by the Void Realm world is after all different from the natural spacetime origin fluctuations formed by the universe. Aren't you afraid that such forced growth will lead to an unstable foundation? The various 12th layer ultimate beings sneered repeatedly. The whole mega battlefield is essentially a colossal 12th layer weapon, capable of blocking the senses of supreme beings. After all, at the level of life of supreme beings, even just a hint of malice or killing intent could affect the 11th layer powerhouses. To ensure relative fairness in the mega battlefield, supreme beings cannot directly project their senses into the battlefield. But even without probing with their senses, just by watching from a distance, the 12th layer ultimates could somewhat gauge the level of the Galaxy Master's spacetime comprehension. All the major pinnacle ethnic forces had carefully collected much information about the Galaxy Master. Stepping into the 11th layer did not take much time, yet he possessed such terrifying spacetime comprehension. There can only be one explanation. In fact, the area where Lin Yuan was located, including the massive rock life forms and several dozen special beings, also planned to do the same, even temporarily repelling the prison tribe Mingche who wielded a supreme weapon. But unfortunately, they encountered Lin Yuan. The numerical advantage can indeed offer significant benefits at times. Like the Sea of Bugs tactics of the insect race is based on this principle. But when the disparity in strength is too great, the advantage of numbers is not that significant. That's good. Lin Yuan nodded slightly. By the way, I heard something. Naylan seemed to think of something, whispering, the insect race, Tianyu clan, and other strongest from the 11th layer, plan to join forces to besiege you. The combat power displayed by Lin Yuan made the 11th layers from the insect race, Tianyu clan, and others feel like thorns in their side. Hence the idea of besieging him emerged. Besiege me? Lin Yuan immediately became interested. This was exactly what he desired. During the slaughter of the massive rock lifeforms and the prison tribe Mingche from other alien 11th layers, Lin Yuan had intentionally suppressed his own power, all for this moment. If at that time, Lin Yuan had overwhelmed all the 11th layers from different races, even Mingche with the supreme being weapon couldn't last a few breaths. How could the strongest 11th layers from the insect race and Tianyu clan muster the courage to besiege him? They wouldn't even have time to run. Yes, you must be careful. Nalan spoke earnestly. Even knowing the formidable combat achievements displayed by Lin Yuan, facing the strongest 11th layers from all the major peak clans, Nalan still hoped that Lin Yuan would be as cautious as possible. Those strongest 11th layers not only relied on themselves but were likely carrying backups from their ultimate beings, with Tianyu Meng from the Tianyu clan even bringing the clan suppression weapon into the fray. Clan suppression weapons. The might of clan suppression weapons surpassed that of supreme being weapons, a major peak clan group that for billions of years has collected and forged supreme being weapons, possibly reaching dozens or even hundreds. For instance, the aurora from outside the universe a few hundred years ago was the main material for forging supreme being weapons. A complete aurora from outside the universe could probably forge 7 or 8 supreme being weapons. But clan suppression weapons? Even if one acquired that once-in-universe opportunity, the Human Civilization Alliance could call no more than 10 items clan suppression weapons. Other peak clan forces would have even fewer. Understood. Lin Yuan nodded. Although Lin Yuan was very confident, he was no fool and knew the terror of the clan suppression weapon. Meg-scale battlefield. Core area battlefield. Arriving here through the space-time path, Lin Yuan observed.